Real McCoys, starring Walter Brannon and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and that good-looking boy is his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Peppino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you've met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
She's going to be late for that train. Hey, Peppino, would you give Hassie a hand with her bags? See, I got him.
I'm all ready.
Yeah, Hash.
Oh, Grandpa, I can't take that ham with me.
Well, now, wait a minute. This ham comes in just as good stock as them college-educated friends of yours. You're born in West Virginia, raised in Iowa, now it's going to school in California.
Grandpa, I know it's good, but there's just too much.
Well, what you can send a little Luke over to the Army camp. That last picture he sent of himself looked like he could stand the meat on them potatoes.
Come on, let's get going.
Now, wait a minute, you two. I want you to take a good look at this place. I cleaned the stove, and I washed the window.
Yeah.
I cleaned the cupboard, and I tidied up the icebox.
Yeah.
I dusted the furniture, and vacuumed the rugs, and ironed the curtains. I spent every minute of my vacation cleaning up. So now do you think you can keep it this way?
Now, don't you worry about nothing, Hash. We'll keep the place spotless. Right, Luke?
Right, Grandpa. Spotless.
Even cleaner than spotless.
Come on, Pete, open it up.
Si, senor Grandpa. A special delivery must be treated special.
And read it. Read it slow.
From Smoky Corners, West Virginia.
I know. Go ahead.
Dear Cousin Amos, have your letter...
Hey, Grandpa.
Look, can't you see I'm reading the letter?
I took the matter up with Cousin Hattie Higgs, and she's sending you her fourth girl, named Tilda. Tilda's a mite pulley and can't take more than a day behind the plow.
Maybe the California sunshine strong enough of it.
I don't recollect no cousin Tilda.
Well, now, look, she's about your fifth cousin. You called to mind the Hickses that live way back in the hills?
Grandpa, you sent for one of them?
Well, we gotta have somebody take care of the house, don't we? Can't seem to keep none of the local women.
I wonder why.
But they're all frothed and spoiled, that's why.
Yeah, but, Grandpa, a girl like that from the hills? Why, she'll be backwards and unrefined and uncivilized and barefooted?
Yeah, but living with us will be like an education for her, Luke. It's a blessing. Us just to bringing her here.
Uh-huh.
We learn her, she get refined at watching us and living with us, you see. I tell you, Luke, we're just laying up a store in heaven for ourselves to do anything like this. And it's only going to cost $10 a month.
$10 a month?
Well, of course, with room and board.
But, Grandpa, you can't do a thing like that. Why, that's practical slave labor.
See what happens? See how quick city living changes the ways? You realize what $10 a month meant to us back in Smoky Corners? Why, $10 a month to that poor, hard-working, ignorant girl is just like a fortune.
Chihuahua! She comes today.
What?
Well, it says here she will arrive at the bus station in Los Angeles Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Oh, Grandpa, I wish you'd have discussed this with me. It just don't seem right.
Well, now, someone's got to tend to the house. Now, which is it going to be, Tildy or us?
Well, it ain't right.
Tildy or us?
It ain't right.
Tilda.
Well, how do, Miss Barton?
Hello, Luke. Do you have some good fresh corn?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It's so fresh it's still in shock from being picked.
Let me have a dozen ears and a nice, crisp head of lettuce.
Sure thing. It's a pleasure waiting on you personal, Miss Barton. Most of the time, it's only your maid we get to see.
Oh,
What's the matter?
oh, my maid left me yesterday without any notice, and I've got guests coming for dinner tonight. I just don't seem to be able to keep the town folk.
I know what you mean. Yeah, we've been having the same kind of trouble.
Really? But I don't think it's quite the same thing. You see, without a maid, I'm helpless, utterly helpless.
I guess you do need somebody kind of special with all the entertaining you do. See, all we need is a girl to kind of cook and sew and clean up after us. That's why Grandpa sent for this cousin of ours from back home.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, they're real hard-working back there. In them hills, you just got to be. Everybody, women folk too, they work from sun up to sundown. And if the sun ain't shining, why, they just work right around the clock to make sure they ain't missed today.
My goodness. When's your cousin getting here, Luke?
Well, Grandpa went down to the bus station to fetch her. He ought to be getting back any minute now.
Straight from the hills, you say?
Yes, ma'am. This will be the first time she'll be down below 2,000 feet.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah, you're welcome. You sure there's nothing else you want?
That'll be all for now.
Yeah, well, you all hurry back.
Oh, I will. I will.
Luke! Did you fetch her? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And Luke, she is a beauty. She is a beauty.
You mean she's pretty?
Oh, Don, I never noticed. Where is she? She's bringing in a trunk.
By herself, Grandpa?
Now, look, don't spoil it. Don't start right out of by spoiling it. She's in a beautiful, natural state of ignorance.
But, Grandpa, you...
Judy, this is Luke.
He's pretty. Howdy, Cousin Luke.
Cousin Tilda?
Well, Judy, want to see the rest of the house?
You mean there's more?
Boy, this is just a big deal.
I dreamed it'd be like this. I just dreamed it. It's like one of them castles.
Well,
I never noticed it was so elegant.
I just want you to notice you stand on wall to wall linoleum.
Oh, excuse the mess.
What you doing? That's woman's work. He married.
He's a widower.
Them's the most interesting kind.
He's in a white icebox.
You mean you got your own ice house?
Oh, no. A man brings it to us whenever we want it.
In the summer, too?
Sure.
I heard about things like that, but I never believed it.
Hey, take a look at that. Take a look at this.
Huh? No kerosene lamp? No section wood for the stove? Holy smack!
It takes some getting used to, Judy. All this luxury.
Where I sleep?
Well, you got your own room. All to yourself.
You mean no kid brothers? And no pants?
No.
You all are funning me.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't. Come on. It was worth the expense.
Grandpa, do you smell what I smell?
Sausage, grits, and fried apples.
Hey, Grandpa? Grandpa, do you see what I see?
The bottom of the sink.
You ain't seen that in a long time.
Morning, Uncle Amos.
Morning.
Morning, Luke.
Morning, Tilda.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's all right.
Wait, forgive me this time.
You can sit. Breakfast is ready.
Right, thank you.
Coffee?
Buenos días, señorita.
How?
Buenos días, señorita.
What is he, a Yankee? Love, oh, love, oh, careless love. Love, oh, love, oh. Hello? Who? Is anybody home? Howdy, ma'am. Won't you come in?
Thank you. Is Mr. McCoy here?
No, ma'am. They're all out in the field chopping potatoes.
And Mrs. Martin? You must be the cousin from West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to California.
Thank you, ma'am.
How nice this room looks. So bright and cheerful. Oh, am I disturbing your work, my dear?
Oh, no, ma'am. I was just cleaning up and fixing some victuals for dinner.
Don't let me stop you. You go right ahead.
Yes. It's ready.
Oh, my, that smells delicious. What is it?
Hog jowls.
Oh, Mr. McCoy must be delighted.
Hope so.
Tell me, my dear, are you happy working here? You must tell me all about it.
I tell you, Luke, she's better than finding the double yolker.
How about them biscuits you made this morning? They come apart in my mouth. Did you ever eat biscuits like that?
I have only one thought. What's for lunch?
Hey, maybe she'll cook up a mess of hog jowls and some greens.
And some more of them biscuits.
Oh, boy. Say, ain't that Mrs. Barton?
Yeah, better go see what she wants, Luke. Say, that corner's mighty fresh. Try and
Well, I sold her a dozen ears yesterday.
Well, son, that's something else.
Oh, now, Grandpa, I wish you'd wait on her. She liked to talk my ear off yesterday. She was telling me about how she lost her maid. I was telling her how lucky we was to have Tilda.
Lost her maid? You were telling about Tildy?
Well, yeah.
Well, come on, let's get over there. She ain't after no vegetables. That Miss Barton just seen me, was it?
Uh-huh.
You didn't get much chance to talk to her, did you?
You lucky she didn't stay. That woman can talk there off the stock corner.
Oh, I'll say she can.
Ain't only that, though. You know, she's a stranger, and they just don't pay to talk to strangers. Now, do it, Luke.
Oh, you're right, Grandpa. Yeah. She ain't kinfolk.
Now, kinfolk is different. You can always depend on kinfolk, you see, because they got your best interest to heart. Right, Luke?
Oh, that's right, Grandpa, yeah. Blood is thicker than monkey. Water, anytime.
Uh-huh. Uncle Amos, when is my day off?
Well, Tilda, I expect a big, strong girl like you doesn't mind being overworked.
Well, no, ma'am.
Oh, John, if there's anything I hate worse than a kidnapper, it's a maid snatcher. Lose that girl. You realize that?
Yeah, she's been moping around the house real bad the past few days. What'd you do about her day off?
Well, I give her every other Thursday.
Ain't too bad.
Every other month.
Bye, ma'am.
We gotta move fast, Luke.
What are we gonna do?
Not we, you.
Me?
Yeah. You're gonna be extra special nice to her.
Oh, Grandpa. Now, you know when I get extra special nice, I'm dangerous. Hard to turn off.
Now, you're our only salvation. You got a date for the Grange dance tomorrow night?
No, I ain't. But I ain't gonna take no backwoods girl, neither. No, Grandpa, she'd embarrass me half to death. Well, I'd have to spend half the evening just trying to explain her to everybody we know.
Now, boy, do you want to go back to cooking and washing and chopping wood and slopping the hogs?
I'll take her. Sure don't want to do no woman's work.
Last time you two got home. How's the dance? Well, we got chores to do in the morning. We all best get some rest. Happy she is. You done fine, son.
Me? Oh, Grandpa, I didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, I hardly had 2 minutes with her all evening. The minute we got to that dance, the boys started swarming around her like flies around molasses.
What is it? And we reap the benefits of it, too. You just wait to see what kind of a breakfast you get tomorrow. That's breakfast. Where's Tildy?
I have no sin. The cow has no sin, the rooster has no sin.
Tildy? Where are you, Tildy?
What do I do with these?
Well, we could set it out for the gophers, but I reckon that'd be too cruel.
This ain't like Tildy. Maybe she took sick.
You think that maybe we ought to call a doctor?
Morning.
Morning, boy. Practical early afternoon. for a girl to be impressed with one of our Grange dances. Now, she'll simmer down. You just wait and see.
Well, I hope you're right. My stomach had grown accustomed to her cooking.
Something inside now, whipping up something special just to make up an old breakfast. Well, here we are. Breakfast dishes ain't done yet.
Oh, Freddie, now you stop it. You hear? You really think so? My hands. Freddie? You're right. Water could hurt them.
Yeah, soften the calluses.
Oh, Freddie. Oh, Johnny, now you stop it. You hear? I can't. I can't. Bill Evans is taking me to the movie pictures. I ain't doing anything tonight, though. I'd really like to. Mind? Why should they mind if I go out and have a little fun? They're fun-loving. You know, they even get fun out of doing a little thing like dishes.
No, Miss America is doing her morning TV exercises.
Now, let's work on that lumpy old fat. Ready? That's it. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're just pretending, ladies. Harder. Let's get us that old fat on our hips. 1, 2. 1,
We gotta get that old fat on our heads.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
She's eating more and cooking less every day.
And I am getting these panhans again.
Grandpa, what are we going to do about her?
God done if I know, Luke. Can't send her back. Costs too much money. You can't keep her here.
It costs too much money.
Might try praying. I don't see no other solution. Hold it. Save your prayers. There was answers ready. You be me, have this. Howdy, Miss Barton.
Oh, Mr. McCoy.
Get down off your tippy toes now.
I just didn't want to disturb anyone.
Security, huh? Say, you still without a maid?
Yes, Mr. McCoy.
Well, now ain't that a shame? That's just a crying shame. You with that big house and all that company coming all the time? Now, you see, we ain't much on company, so Tilly sits around all day with nothing to do.
Really?
Yeah, it's pitiful. Just pitiful. You see, she's just like a fine piece of machinery. You don't use it, it gets stiff and rusty and falls apart. Any day now, I expect to see Tilly just keel over and break up in little pieces.
How terrible.
Yeah, we'd be forever sweeping her up.
Mr. McCoy, would it help if Tilda came to my place? Part-time, of course.
Well, now, I don't know. Of course, it would keep them getting rusty now, wouldn't it? How much time do you mean by part-time?
Oh, say an hour or two a day.
Well, now, I think we might be able to squeeze out a little more time than that.
For instance?
Well, for instance, now, maybe Mondays we don't eat her at all.
Wonderful.
And Tuesday, you see now, we could sacrifice Tuesday. And then there's Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, I'm sure you could have a Wednesday, too. Now, that's the affair of bringing her out here. And that's for the time we spend training her right. And then there's the money I advanced to get shoes on her feet and for other fixings. And that's the extra 10 because Miss Barton was grateful to us for giving up Tildy.
Oh, boy, it sounded like you resisted real good, Grandpa.
And she's happy about it?
Tildy? Oh, why shouldn't she be? She's getting more money. She'd be a whole lot closer to town than the Grange Hall. And she'd be working for someone who ain't got no idea how strong a West Virginia girl is.
Oh, she better be getting over there.
Oh, yeah. Say, Kitty, you about set to go?
I'm ready, Uncle Amos. Bye, Luke.
Bye, Cousin Tilda.
Why did he know?
Adios, señorita.
Now, you all take care. You hear?
You come on, Tildy. You just get going.
too.
Well, you know, figuring everything out, we cleared $35 training Tildy for society work.
Well, what about it?
Well, you recollect our kinfolk, the Jepsons, live way back up in Elk Creek Hollow?
Oh, yeah?
They get 5 daughters.
Living like good folks should live, happy as kids with toys. They've got their troubles, but they got much more of the things in life that they had before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and that good-looking boy is his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Peppino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you've met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
So, when a Comstock?
Now, Amos, I thought we agreed you were going to call me Amanda.
Well, all right, Amanda.
Well, I figured I'd stop by and pick up my eggs.
Yeah.
How's Luke these days?
Oh, he's fine, just fine.
He's a good-looking boy, but then it runs in a family. I think he's planning on getting married again, and he should, too. Living alone isn't much fun. I know.
But Luke don't seem to be in no hurry. Well, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if I couldn't get down the aisle before he did.
You?
Why, sure. Man can't be a playboy all his life now, can he? I'd settle down in a minute. The only thing that stops me is can't find my style of woman. You see, I go for the homebody type, good at tidying up, and one who take pride in managing a show place like this. Cleaning. There's none of them kind around no more.
You mean that you actually found it?
Say, it's a real nice day for this time of year, ain't it?
Yeah. You know,
Now, listen to me now. You probably got a million things to do, Amanda. And here's me jabbing away like a magnet. Now, come on in. I'll get your eggs for you.
Oh, all right.
It won't take a minute. I'll get them right away.
Oh, forgive my mention, Amos, but you do seem to be in need of a little picking up around here.
Yeah, I know, but when us men folks get into the house from the field after a hard day's work, it's just kind of hard to get on top of everything. Now, let me see. Eggs.
Oh, dear. Why don't you let me pitch in and help a little here?
Oh, I couldn't think of it. Amanda.
Haven't anything special to do this morning, and this room wouldn't be any problem at all. A homebody like me.
Well, thank you kindly, but, I know the egg must be...
I'm going to insist. I really want to. I enjoy...
No, I really couldn't leave you do it.
Well, if you feel that way.
Well, if it's going to make you happy, wait. It's amazing what that egg does to you. You know, it just brings the blue out in your eyes. Yes, sir. To my eyes, a woman in an apron is prettier sight than sunset over the Taj Mahal.
Go on with you.
I mean it. You see, you can take your frills and fancy laces, your sateen gowns with the bows in the back, but give me a kindly woman in an apron. With a broom in her hand. Emotion. No, I just can't thank you enough with the Comstock.
Amanda.
No, Amanda.
I want to thank you for a lovely day, Amos. I don't know when I've laughed so much. All those funny stories, you know.
Yeah. You really like them, huh? Well, say, how about coming next Monday and I'll tell you some more?
You will? Oh, I'd love to.
Why, sure, you can come by every Monday. We'll make it a regular thing.
All right. Thank you. Next month.
Fine, I'll sure look forward to seeing you again. And believe me. Well, bye-bye. In here, Luke.
Well, I never would believe it if I hadn't seen it. Grandpa, it's beautiful.
Well, there's nothing a man can't do if he sets his mind to it.
I tell you, I don't know what to say.
Hello, Lou.
Oh, howdy, Miss Comstock.
Amos, I got so carried away with cleaning the house that I forgot what I come for. The eggs.
Oh, Luke, get a dozen out of the icebox, will you?
Yeah, right away.
Now, let me see. That will be 35 cents.
After all you've done, all leave us make it an even quarter.
Here you are, Miss Comstock.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you.
Bye.
So there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it.
That's what I done. I put my mind to it. You say nothing about putting my back to it.
Well, I guess I better get dinner started. I think I'll warm that spaghetti we had last
Spaghetti,
night.
none of that for me. I've been figuring on getting a haircut. Might as well get it over with.
Yeah, but, Grandpa, you got to eat something. You can't go run around on an empty stomach.
It ain't empty. That concrete's still there from breakfast this morning.
Well, Amos, don't get to see you in the middle of the day like this. You have an early lunch?
No, I'm skipping lunch.
Oh, eating less food, huh? Well, that's a good idea. They say that'll keep you healthy.
It will at our house.
That's my wife's cousin, Harriet. She's been visiting with us for a spell. Real nice woman, too, Amos. Never has been married. I don't know why.
Probably some reason for that.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Afternoon, Al.
Oh, hello, Harriet. This here is Amos McCoy.
Oh, how do you do? Pleased to meet you.
More power to you.
I got the nicest, plumpest chicken to roast. Just look. Real hot oven, and that skin will be nice and brown and crinkly. And I'll make some of my special gravy from the drippings and chitlins. And hot biscuits and sweet potatoes, and I'll candy them up with marshmallows and brown sugar. What kind of pie would you like for dinner? The lemon meringue with the whipped topping, or the deep dish apple?
Well, now, let's see. Maybe the deep dish apple. And as good as that ham you cooked for me, I won't complain. Oh, that was so good. With the cloves and the pineapple.
Nice and juicy, wasn't it? Goodbye, Mr. McCoy.
Bye.
Well, Amos, the usual?
You say she's never been married?
Right.
I think I'll have the deluxe special with the violet water and a double dose of talcum. Now, just about a dish there. Just a lot back there. Now, over here you'll find all your pots and pans. Right over here. And over here some extra pie plates if you need them.
Oh, fine. Thank you. Amos, this is such fun. I don't know how Al got such a good idea.
Well, he's a bright man and a good listener. Over there, get them pans off on the top shelf.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wonderful thing the way that apron brings out the blue in them eyes of yours.
Green.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's the twinkle that sort of fooled me. You know, I say a woman in an apron is put in the sunset over the Taj Mahal. You can have all your frills and your fancy laces and your sateen gowns with the bows in the back, but give me a kindly woman in an apron with a pen in her hand.
Amos.
In motion. You know, I'm just beginning to realize how lonely I am. It's been such a long time since a woman set foot inside this house.
Grandpa!
Oh, this is Harry Digit, Al's wife's cousin. This is Luke McCoy, my grandson.
Pleased to meet you, man.
Thank you. Well, will I be seeing you again?
Well, I think it sounds like a good idea to me.
Next Monday.
No, not Monday. Let's see, you better make it Tuesday.
Monday a bad day for you?
Oh, sure is, yeah.
All right. Tuesday it is then.
Bye, Harry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Grandpa, there's a whole chicken in there and sweet potatoes.
I know it.
Another case of nothing a man can't do if he sets his mind to it?
Why don't you just quit asking questions and go change your clothes and we'll have supper?
Yeah, well, I'm afraid I won't be able to, Grandpa. I ain't got no clean clothes. Laundry's really been piling up.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Yeah, maybe I better rinse out a few things.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, Luke. You know this kid Dooley fella down at the bank?
Yeah?
What's his sister's name?
You mean the old maid?
Yeah, I guess he is.
Oh, it's something like Adelaide or... Oh, no. What it is Abigail.
Abigail, yeah.
What do you want to know for, Grandpa?
Well, nothing ain't told. Only tomorrow's my date at the bank, you see, and I almost run into her. You know, it's kind of embarrassing. You with all these howdy-doos and never know what name to tack onto it.
Well, that's what it is, all right. Abigail.
Abigail, I remember that.
Yeah.
Abigail, you could have knocked me over with a feather when you walked in here.
Well, I got thinking about the things you said, about how you were trying to raise a boy and work in the fields and do all that church work. And, well, I just figured that the place needed a woman's touch.
Good, now. It's just about the nicest thing anyone ever done for a lonely old man like me.
I'm glad I can feel the help, Amos.
You know, it's a wonderful thing, the way that apron brings out the brown in your eyes. Yes, to me, a woman in an apron is prettier than the sunset over the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal.
Well, I guess I'd better get back to town. I've had a lovely day, Amos.
You know, I kind of enjoyed it myself.
Well, I'll see you again Wednesday.
Wednesday it is.
Wonderful. Well, goodbye, Peppino. Goodbye, Amos.
Bye, Abigail. She's a hard-working woman.
See, senor. The first time I've seen the whole laundry done in soft soap.
Just being neighborly.
You were being neighborly. Senor Abigail was being neighborly. The lady that cooked, she was being neighborly. The lady that cleaned, she was being neighborly. It's an awful crowded neighborhood.
What do you complain about? Laundry's being did, good food on the table, a clean house. All without having to move a muscle. Well, Judy, I found something better than the atomic power.
But, Senor Grandpa, the things you tell these women, they listen. They take you serious. Could be big trouble.
Oh, don't talk nonsense. You don't know nothing about women. Trouble. Now, what could possibly happen? Well, Peppino, let's get back to the barn. Just leave me the sink. It's muddy and the way the Comstock said something about coming by.
Well, Grandpa, you can't expect her to work every time she comes over here to see you.
Well, she likes it. Women are different, Luke. Some you give jewelry, and some you give a sink full of dishes.
Hello, Luke.
Oh, howdy, Miss Digit.
Is your grandpa home?
Yeah.
I made an extra blueberry pie. I thought I'd drop it by while it's still warm.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you. Yeah, you'll find him there, either in the house or out in the barn.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Hey, Luke, love bugs sure been biting around town. Do leave him over at the bank was in, since his sister's about to announce her engagement any minute now.
That's nice.
Yeah, didn't say exactly who, some farmer around town. And the widow Comstock was in, and she has been looking at diamond rings. She must have a fella pretty close, too. Of course, I don't have to tell you about our own Harriet there. Oh, I guess, yes, sirree. Pretty soon you'll be asking for a special rate on haircuts. The family discount, you know.
Family discount?
Yeah. Harriet and Amos. The way she talks could happen any time now.
Abigail Dooley and the widow Comstock? Harriet. And she's headed over there now?
Get the pie.
You know, that dress is just perfect for your figure. And blue is certainly a color, too. It sort of brings out that peaches and cream complexion of yours.
Get away with you.
No, I mean it. I mean it. You should live in a house where there's mirrors on every wall.
Oh.
Mindy. You know, that was my mother's name. Now, if my mother should see you... Excuse me. Oh, the sweetest thing I ever seen was about catching the station.
Nerve, Amos. Laundry ready?
Laundry? But don't you know what day this is? This is Monday. You're Wednesday.
My laundry, so I figured I'd do yours at the same time. I'll just get the kitchen towels.
It'd be better if you come back tomorrow.
I'm already here.
Why don't you get the shirts out of Luke's room first? Then you can get the kitchen towels. Now that looks fine. Now come quick.
What is it?
Hey, there's emergency clean to be done in my room. Oh, specks on the windows just drive me crazy.
I might look at your shirts, too.
No, towels first. That was the arrangement, remember? Say, why don't you just take them things and run along now? Here, go out the back door, too.
But I have to get the shirts in your room.
My room? Well, get the towels first. See, I made a terrible mistake. The dirty windows is in Luke's room. You better hurry up. The longer you leave them, the harder it is to get clean.
I'll need some ammonia. I didn't think this was dead that have washed you.
No, just throw it away. Oh, no.
Amos, I made an extra pie. I thought you'd like it.
Yeah, well, I would have liked it better too, Jeannie. I'll put it here.
Well, I'll just put it here in the kitchen.
Look, I got to get out of here. But Grandpa, where you going? I'm going to Foreign Legion, Canada, or any place. The main thing I'm interested in right now is distance. Grandpa, when the coast is clear, call me next door. I'll be at George McMichael's house. Yes, I want to tell you that.
Well, you certainly got back from the barber shop.
Well, I think I got it. All it took was a little...
Hi, neighbors. Kind of a warm day, ain't it? Nice, but kind of warm.
Letter from us.
The bank?
There's no need for to open it up. Julie's probably turned us down on the crop load.
Can you blame him? If the way you treat his sister?
She didn't have to come over here if she didn't want to.
Grandpa Dooley ain't the only one. You can bet that Al down at the barber shop's on the warpath, too. And you better stay away from there. What with all them straight razors he's got handy.
Razor? I told you that'd be trouble. I don't see what everybody's making such a hullabaloo about.
Oh, you don't, huh?
No, I don't, huh?
Grandpa, that was a pretty mean trick you pulled hoodwinking all them women. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Why, I would be surprised if they turned the whole town against us now.
Ungrateful, that's what they is. And after me giving them eggs for 25 cents, too.
Well, that's probably the last eggs we'll sell at any price. Once they spread the word around, we'll be boycotted. There won't be nobody driving up here no more.
Mr. Willie Comstock.
It's all three of them.
It's a lynch mark.
They reckon, all right. Now, you might as well face it.
Look, why don't you just go out there and talk to them?
Grandpa, I don't think it's me they want to see.
Well, I'm going to get out of here.
Now, running away ain't going to help.
It ain't, huh? Well, it ain't going to hurt neither. Where's the flipper?
In the barn.
Well, come on, you drive and get on your kinfolks down Mexico.
Grandpa, all my life you taught me the McCoys didn't run away.
They did if there was time. Now start them.
Grandpa, we had lots of trouble around here. All kinds of it. But we always stood up to it. This is the first time I'm ashamed of being a McCoy.
Well, where is he?
You mean Grandpa? Well, he ain't here.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Then you think there's no point in our waiting around?
No, ma'am. No, there ain't.
Then there's something we want you to tell him when you see him.
Afternoon, ladies.
Grandpa.
You was going to have Luke tell me something. Well, now you can tell me right to my face. But I'd like to just say this first. I realize I was wrong. I took advantage of being good neighbors and your good hearts. Making like I was courting the three. Truth is, I ain't fitting to be courting none of you. I just wish there was some way I could make it up to you. Well, now I reckon there's something you want to say, so... Whatever it is, I know I deserve.
There is something we want to say. We've been talking about this among ourselves, and we've decided that...
Well, we probably acted a little foolishly. It's true, we did your cooking and your laundry and your cleaning, but it wasn't all one-sided.
No, you gave us something, too. We had fun and companionship.
I learned how to be helpful. And I haven't been helpful since my Herbert passed away.
But best of all, you gave us compliments. You made us feel like women.
Yes, and at our age, that isn't easy to come by.
Then you forgive me?
Why, there's nothing to forgive.
Well, I'm sure glad.
I told you it'd be all right, Luke. I don't know what you were so goddamn worried about.
And Amos, we want you to know that we still plan to drop by from time to time and give you a hand.
Well, that's just fine. You hear that, Luke? Ain't that nice? And ladies, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw away that schedule. You come any day of the week you like. I meant what I said to them ladies. I know when I was wrong by socks opening like I done.
You sure was.
If I listened to Pygmalion, you know, it would never happen. He tried to tell me you can't take advantage of women. He should have called a turn, too. Next time I'll pay attention. Even McCoy can learn, you know.
I made it, look. You can take your frills and fancy laces, satin gowns with bows in the back.
Looks like even Pepina can learn, too.
To me, a woman in the Taj Mahal is prettier than an apron at sunset.
Living like good folks should live, happy as kids with toys. They've got their troubles, but they got much more of the things in life that they had before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pinkett.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
And you all know how very few outstanding men there are in any big city, any state, even in the nation. But right here in our own little community, we are fortunate to have such an outstanding man. He's the man I'm going to nominate as the next commander of Post 192. His name is
George McMichael.
Well, you all know what a wonderful, public-spirited citizen George is. No job is too big. No job is too small. But there are some things you don't know about him. His brilliant war record. Our George was a war hero. But I'm not going to tell you about his war exploits. Knowing George, it would only embarrass him.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't embarrass me at all. Would it, George? Go ahead, tell him. Tell him about the time George crawled through no man's land to rescue his Corporal Curly Brown when he panicked. He unwrapped his puttees and he dragged them all the way back, wiping out a machine gun nest of Huns on the way. That's what George done.
Look, Amos, it wasn't nothing any other brave man wouldn't have done.
Well, I'd tell the boys all about them things, Harry, if I was you.
Amos, I'm trying to, but...
Oh, yeah, and while you're at it, tell him how he rescued his buddy, Private Skinny Howard, when them big brothers was shooting straight at him.
Amos, will you stop it? Next thing you'll be telling them about the way I was wounded. Behind the German lines, remember?
Yeah, I nearly forgot that. That was the most daring thing of all. When Private Harris got hysterical on the night patrol behind the German lines. Why, George was wounded both ways, going and coming. But that didn't stop him. No, sir. He captured 4 German officers in the field kitchen.
Well, I think by now you all know what kind of man George is. So instead of nominations, let's elect him our commander by acclamation. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Well, I guess it's unanimous. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have the installation meeting and banquet, George. Congratulations. Funny boo.
Good morning, Napoleon.
Morning, Flora.
I'll get you a tablecloth and you can be Julius Caesar.
I was just fooling around with my cat.
I know what you were doing, George.
Now, Flora.
I heard all about those stories last night at the meeting.
Well, I don't know how they all get started.
Well, I do. You, George. You've been telling those stories for years, and you've been embroidering them a little bit more each year.
Well, I could have done all them things if I'd had the chance. It was just that the action didn't swing my way.
Well, I think you're very lucky that your buddies aren't around to hear you tell them. Dragging that curly brown across no man's land with your puttees. And how did you ever dream up that one about Skinny Howard and the Big Bertha?
That one was real. At least there I did some saving.
Yes, but the Big Bertha you saved him from wasn't a cannon. She was a big, fat, man-chasing nurse.
That story just got all kind of twisted.
Well, I wonder how the story about your war wound got twisted.
Well, Flora, people have just got to have a hero.
I certainly hope that nobody finds out the only war wound you ever got was sitting on a potato knife.
Flora, when my disability check comes every month, it don't mention no potato knife. It just says I was wounded in the line of duty. If that's good enough for the United States government, it's good enough for me.
So we need something real special for George's installation. You know, something he'd get a real kick out of.
Yeah, maybe a present, huh? Like a gold watch.
Senor Rampa, that's what you give somebody when they finish, not when they start.
Look, Peppino, why don't you keep your 2 pesos out of this?
We were thinking of having an important guest at the affair. Like the mayor, maybe.
Say, Grandpa, you know them 3 war buddies of George's? What if we brought...
Luke, he asked me. Say, what if we brought them 3 war buddies of George's here for the installation and surprised him?
That's a great idea. Just what we've been looking for. But where did we find them? Where did we get a hold of them?
Well, I've heard George talk about them. I know 2 of them. There's Skinny Howard and Scotty Harris. They belong to the post down in San Diego. And then there's one other feller, Curly Brown. He belongs in San Francisco.
We're in. I'll wire them right away.
Good.
But remember, not a word of this. We want it to be a real surprise.
Well, here we are. Your buddies is inside.
Good.
I'll drive her in the barn later. Leave her outside too much, it sort of spoils the finish on it.
Hey, Charlie! Charlie! You old son of a gun! How are you, you old goat? Good. Good. When did you guys get in?
We just from San Diego an hour ago.
After all these years, the 3 of us together again.
I can't wait to see George McMichael.
Yeah, I would say this is going to be fun.
Imagine him being elected post commander. and a big testimonial, too. I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Oh, well, come on, buddy. Let's get in the house here.
Oh, boy, this is going to be a circus. I'm telling you.
You're getting back.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Hey, Curly, I want you to meet my grandson Luke and my hired hand Peppino.
How are you, Luke?
How are you?
How are you, Peppino?
Well, we're sure proud to have all of George's buddies in our house with us. We'll do the best we can for you.
Thanks.
I'll take your suitcase to the guest room.
Oh, thank you.
Say, why don't we all set ourselves down over here? You're going to be standing doing a lot of speaking tonight.
Okay.
Tell me, how is old George? How's he been? How does he look?
Well, he looks like he's been around for quite a spell. And taking everything into consideration, I say he's holding together pretty good, too.
Wonderful. Well, when he sees you fellas as installation boy, is he going to be happy?
That ain't nothing to the way he's going to feel when you all get up and tell about his war record.
Do you want us to tell about his war record?
Yeah, we don't want you to leave nothing out.
Nothing? You sure?
Sure, shooting. See, speaking about that, we want to hear the whole thrilling story about how George was wounded.
And his testimonial?
Mr. McCoy,
Yeah, Curly.
you are a friend of George's, aren't you?
Best friend. Say, look, we almost forgot about giving the boys a bite of lunch. Come on.
Oh, yeah. You all just make yourselves to home.
Mademoiselle from Armadale's parlez-vous. She was ugly, short and thin, but she was covered with genuine sin. Inky-dinky parlez-vous. She was ugly.
Still going strong.
I told you they wouldn't stop singing for now.
Well, with voices like that, no wonder the Gemmas retreated.
But it's good for the crops. It'll scare away all the blackbirds.
You know, they're lucky there's only 3 of them. And the house only got 1 floor. The mattresses be coming right out the window. You know, I can't help thinking how happy this is going to make George tonight, you know?
I think he's going to be this afternoon. Hi, fellas.
George, what are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here? I come over here 2 or 3 times a day and you never ask, what are you doing here?
George, I just figured you'd be home getting ready for your testimonial. And you better get going, too, because you ain't got but 4 hours or so.
Ah, you have plenty of time, Amos. I'll ready to get my hair cut, the shoe shine, and I got to shave, and I practice my speech, and, well, there ain't nothing left for me to do but maybe, get a little nervous.
George, you've been up since early and you've been running around getting all fancied up. Why don't you go home and take yourself a little nap?
All right, I'll go home. But I won't sleep. I feel just the way I did when I couldn't wait to go over the top. Tramp, 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 the boys are marching. Cheer up.
Tramp, tramp, the boys are marching.
What's that?
What's what? That singing? Look, you hear any singing?
No. Grandpa, at least anything I hear is singing. Yeah, how about you, Peppino? The singer?
Well, that answers that. Let's get back to your house.
No, wait a minute, Amos. Now, that's singing, and we all know it. What's going on?
Well, that singing or whatever it is coming from the television set.
You mean the television's on and you're all out here?
Yeah, that's the only time we enjoy it.
Oh, Amos, you can't fool me. I almost ruined the surprise, didn't I?
What surprise?
I know who they are.
Yeah, now, don't go jumping to no conclusions, George.
That's our post-forte, practicing up songs for my installation.
I guess we just can't fool them, huh, Grandpa?
It'd be an awful letdown if they seen you. You better get out of here quick.
Skinny Howard, you sing just as bad as you did 40 years ago.
What was that?
Nothing, Angel.
Hear that Scotty Curly Brown talking about my singing.
George, you better get home.
Skinny Howard, Scotty Harris, Curly Brown. Oh, no, it can't be.
You're right, George. It can't be. Let's go.
They're my buddies, hon.
Oh, Mademoiselle from Armadale's parlez-vous. Mademoiselle from Armadale's
It is
parlez-vous.
It's Skinny and Scotty and Curly. And they're in your house, aren't they?
Grandpa, I guess you just might as well tell him.
George, you're right. Them is your old buddies, and we done brung them here to surprise you at your installation as commander tonight. Ain't it a shame the whole post can't see how happy he is?
You mean they're going to be there?
Yeah, and each one of them is going to get up, and he's going to tell how you saved them.
Oh, no.
Your whole glorious war record will be laying there just like an open book, George.
Not that.
Thank Grandpa for it, because he thought up the whole thing.
I think I better get out of here before they catch me. See me. I might ruin the surprise.
Sure, George.
Yeah, I better run.
George, I don't understand this.
Just help me get my stuff in so I can get out of here.
But what about your installation? situation at the Veterans Post tonight.
Oh, I hope I'm 100 miles away by then.
But where are you going?
If I could get a ticket to the moon, I'd buy it.
George.
Oh, don't ask questions, woman. I'll write you a letter about it. George! Amos, what are you doing here?
Oh, I come to get you for the banquet. What's all this?
Oh, just taking a few things to the cleaners.
But you'll be late for the banquet.
He's not going to the banquet. He's leaving town.
You leaving town? Tonight of all nights?
If I don't, I'll be left out of town tomorrow.
George, what is it?
Well, Skinny Howard and Private Scotty Harris and Corporal Curly Brown are in town for my installation.
Well, now, ain't that wonderful?
Oh, how awful.
Awful? What do you mean awful?
Well, I know them fellows, Amos. I was in the army with them, and they ain't the kind to get up and tell about the way I saved them.
Well, even they're your friends, why shouldn't they?
Because that's not the way it happened.
What you mean, George?
Well, you see, Amos, it's 40 years ago, and things that happened that long ago get kind of foggy, and I looked up my diary, and it seems I get a few of the little details kind of mixed up.
How so?
Well, I didn't save them, Amos. They saved me.
George, are you sure? Now, look, maybe whilst you was writing in your diary, you was delirious from your war wound.
Not where he got wounded.
George?
To tell the truth, Amos, the truth is I never was a war hero, and I never saved nobody, and I was scared all the time. And as far as my war wound is concerned, I got it sitting in a potato knife.
You pumped me full of all them stories, and I believed them. You were such a hero, such a brave man. Well, when everybody finds out the truth, you'll never be able to show that face of yours in this town as long as you live.
That's right, Amos.
Then we gotta keep it a secret. We can't leave the truth get out.
You mean you're not angry with me? You ain't disgusted with me?
Sure I am. But I'm your friend.
Thanks, Amos.
Now, you go ahead to the banquet, George, and you leave everything to me. I'll just run back and tell your buddies that you maybe exaggerated a little and tell them stories that when they get out there, they should back up, see?
Amos, it's great to have 3 buddies, but it means a lot more to have one true friend.
Go sit on a potato knife.
Thank you, Willie Mae Thackeray, for that lovely song. We all appreciate it. And now, in honor of our new commander, we'd like to present some more first-class entertainment. Here is the runner-up of the San Fernando Valley Baton Twirling Championship, Miss Jeannie Ludlow.
Sure laying it on for old chicken liver, I think.
Boy, is he laughing it up.
You're not kidding.
As soon as Jeannie's finished, we're going to spring you on George.
Good.
Here's the way I figure we'll conduct this thing.
Yeah.
We'll introduce you, and then you can tell what a great pal George was, what a fine soldier, you know, the usual.
Sure.
Now, Curly, we'll call on you first, but save the big story for last. You know the way George saved your life during the big battle.
My life? Now, wait a minute.
Well, you don't have to tell how you panicked. George explained you were just a green, raw chicken liver kid. What? Skip, you can gloss over the way you got hysterical. George dragged you back from no man's land.
He dragged me back?
Scotty, you can soft pedal what you did, too. We don't want to embarrass anybody.
What?
Now, and we'll signal with a drum roll when we're ready for you. Oh, yes, don't forget about George's war wound. You know, the way he gritted his teeth and took it like a hero.
How about that, George? Telling everybody I panicked and he saved me. How about that, huh?
Yeah, telling everybody I got hysterical.
Oh, hi, fellas.
Say, it looks like our old pal George has been telling some real cute stories around here, hasn't he?
Your friend Harry's been giving us a line on things.
Fellas, I just found out about it myself. That's why I come back here to talk to you about.
Well, if you think for 1 minute that we're going out there and tell those guys that George saved our lives and that we panicked and got hysterical and all that sort of stuff, you got another thing coming.
Well, now, look, fellas, you was all pretty good friends of George's, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping maybe you could kind of make George look good when he went out this. After all, he lives in this here town, and I'd hate to see him get to be a laughingstock, because, well, it'd be gall darned embarrassing for him.
Maybe it would at that, huh, Skinny?
Yeah, you got a little careless with the truth, but so what? You fellas do just what you want, but I'm going out there and tell the truth about what happened. The nerve of that guy. Me banding.
Oh, Curly, forget it.
Look, Curly, let him be a hero. What's the difference? A lot of difference. I'm not going to have anybody mess up my war record.
That's us.
George, here's our surprise for you. A surprise we hope will bring back your most treasured memories. Your 3 buddies whose lives you saved in World War I. And now, gentlemen, before introducing George's buddies, I think a few remarks are in order about the friendship of these 4 men.
Grandpa, what are you doing in here?
I can't go out there, Luke. I just can't go out and watch George being destroyed.
What do you mean, Grandpa? This is the biggest night. Hello? What? San Francisco? Mrs. Brown? Oh, Colonel Brown. Yes, ma'am. No, I'm sorry, he's not here right now. No, he just went out on the stage to make his speech. I'll have him call you. Bye. Well, that was Colonel Brown's wife. She wanted to find out what time he was flying home so she could meet him at the airport.
Luke?
Yeah?
Did you say Colonel Brown?
Oh, that's what his wife said, yeah.
But he ain't no colonel. I was with him this afternoon when they was kidding about never getting past corporal.
She called him Colonel. I know she did.
You know something, Luke? I got an ID George ain't the only 4-flusher out there. There's another flusher just as bad as he is.
And now, gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the first of George's old buddies, Curly Brown.
Well, looks like you're going to be first here, Corporal Brown. I mean, Colonel. Seems like you got a higher rank in San Francisco than you got down here.
Gentlemen, I'm going to start right out by telling you the plain, unvarnished truth about George McMichael's war record. In all my years of military service, I never saw a more...
Go ahead, Colonel.
A man who, in the thickest of the fight, a man who could be a more courageous, ferocious fighter than George McMichael.
Tell us more, Colonel.
And I know what I'm talking about, because George McMichael saved my life during one of the heaviest artillery barrages of the entire war. In spite of machine gun and mortar fire, George McMichael crawled out onto no man's land to rescue me when nobody else would go. He came out on his belly with bullets flying all around him.
Tell him about my wound.
George McMichael had the stuff that heroes are made of. Yes, gentlemen, George McMichael in my book is one of the unsung heroes of World War
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pinkett.
Want you to meet the family, known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. want you to meet Peppino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Another thing, Clementine's condition. When you swap on a hog, she gets an extra portion. She's eating for 12 now, you know.
I'll slop her real good, Grandpa.
Come on, Amos. We'll never get there if we don't start.
Oh, God, look, there's something else I just remembered. You better write it down, boy. Find that leak in the roof, fix that north fence, and see if you can catch that weasel.
Wait just a minute, Grandpa. You're only going to be at the convention for 2 days.
Come on, Amos. Luke's a grown-up boy. He can take care of things.
That's right, Grandpa. Don't you trust me?
Well, I'll go anyways.
Grandpa, just rest your mind now and have a good time, will you?
Come on, George. Leave us get going. You stand here all day?
I'll take care of everything proper.
You sure now?
Don't worry, Grandpa. I won't forget a thing. Bye!
You ain't stunting out so good, boy. You forgot my suitcase.
Have fun!
That nice, pretty farm boy is for you, honey.
When do I get to keep one?
Just keep your mind on the business.
Yes, dear. How do I look?
Like a baby lamb about to fleece the shepherd.
Just give me about 20 minutes.
Hello there.
Are you the owner of the house?
What? Oh, the owner. Well, I guess you could say I was. Yes, sir. You could say that.
Then you're just the man I want to talk to. You see, I was just passing by and I happened to notice your roof.
Well, sure. My roof. It's there, ain't it?
I'm afraid you're going to have some trouble when the rains come.
Well, that's real neighborly of you to be telling me that. Yeah, them shingles is just curled up like potato chips. As a matter of fact, I got a note right here to fix them.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Because I've just started working for a roof-proofing company. And you're going to be my first customer.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute.
My name is Sally Burton.
Sally Burton, yes. Well, I'm pleased to meet you, miss. I'm Luke McCoy.
Here's a brochure that tells how our company puts out a new miracle plastic spray that gives you 100 years of worry-free roofing.
100 years? Imagine that. Why, you can still have a roof after the house is gone.
Miss McCoy, I'm sure you're familiar with how awful weather is in space.
Well, Grandpa and me, we listen to the weather reports, but, they don't cover nothing farther than Pomona.
Well, our company has developed this material for weatherproofing missiles.
Oh, well, we ain't intending to go into orbit or nothing, so if you just excuse me, I got a whole lot of chores to do inside. What's the matter?
I think I'm going to faint.
Well, this ain't no place for us. See, I'm here all alone.
It's so hot, and I've walked so much this morning. Could I please have a glass of water?
I'll bring it right out to you. Well, maybe you better come inside.
I'm not too heavy for you.
Oh, no. There don't seem to be nearly as much of you as there looks to be. Hey, well, sit down there. Just right there. Yeah. I'll fetch you the water.
Thank you.
Feel better now?
Oh, yes. Much better. Thank you. Oh, I just don't know what my boss is going to say when he finds out I've messed up another sale.
Well, there ain't no need for him to find out. If he shows up here, I'll tell him you done just splendid.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Mr. McCoy, you've been so understanding. Could you do just one more little thing for me?
Well, you just go right ahead and ask.
Well, just so that I can show my boss that I did accomplish something, would you let me fill out an estimate for sealing your roof?
Well, that don't mean I'd be bound to it, does it?
Oh, no. Just that if you do decide to let us fix your roof, why, we're held to this price.
Well, how much you figure it'd be?
Well, do you think $110 would be too much?
Well, as long as I don't have to pay, it sounds fine to me.
Well, thank you, Mr. McCoy. And then if you do change your mind... My goodness, that must be Mr. Masters, my boss.
Well, don't you worry. No, I'm on your side. Come in.
Hey, excuse me, sir. My name is Masters. I was looking for a member of my staff, and I was wondering if she came in.
She sure is. And you got a real live wire working for you.
Miss Burton, there you are.
Hello, Mr. Masters.
She's just about the most persuasive little thing that ever come down the pike.
Well, I see she gave you an estimate.
She come up with a real nice figure. Excuse me. I didn't mean no double meaning by that. Not that it ain't the truth, though.
Do you mind if I take a look at that? $110? Well, you can't mean this, Miss Burton. I mean, that wouldn't even cover the cost of the material.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I thought...
Miss Burton, did you see the condition that roof is in? Why, it's disintegrating. Now, it's true that our spray does work miracles. After all, it is the only one containing the polarized isotopes combined with the polyunsaturated epoxy resins. Those people who can oil after every rain. But in another week, even we wouldn't be able to save that roof.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad.
That bad, Miss Burton? Why, it's at least a $185 job. Mr. McCoy, I hope you're not going to hold us to this ridiculous estimate.
Well, now...
All right, Mr. McCoy. I can see you're a man who drives a hard bargain. I don't like that one bit. But we're a reputable firm, and a deal is a deal. We'll do the job no matter how much money we lose. Sign right here, Mr. McCoy, and I'll have a crew over this afternoon.
Oh, well,
obviously you do not recognize a good deal when you see one, Mr. McCoy. Be glad to forget about the whole thing.
Well, I didn't say I wouldn't sign it.
Oh, no, forget it, Mr. McCoy.
No, I want to sign it.
No.
I want to sign it. I want to sign it. Claire, you just try to get out of that.
Masters, I hope you won't hold this against me. I'll be more careful next time.
It's not going to be a next time for you, Miss Burton. You're fired.
Oh, no, Mr. Masters.
No, wait just a minute, Mr. Masters. Now, look, I know I took advantage of you, but if it's going to cost this little lady her job, well, I'll just tear up the contract. I won't hold you to the deal.
Oh, no. Hold us to the deal, Mr. McCoy. Hold us to it. Miss Burton will just have to learn the hard way that this is a business, not a charitable organization.
Please, Mr. Masters, give me one more chance. I'll make it up to you.
I'm sorry, Miss Burton. You're through, finished, washed up. Turn in your shingle samples at the office.
Oh, I tried so hard.
Don't go getting yourself all onion-eyed. Mr. Masters, you ain't really going to fire her just because she made one stupid little mistake.
Little mistake, Mr. McCoy? I can't take a loss like this. Why, Miss Burton here would have to come up with at least 3 or 4 other jobs in the area for me to make it up. I'm sorry I have no other choice.
Hold on. Oh, I can help her. I can help her. I know just about everybody around here.
Well,
Would you, Mr. McCoy? Would you really?
Well, it's kind of my duty. I mean, after all, I'm partly responsible for getting you into this pitiful fix.
Well, I'm not an unreasonable man. All right, McCoy, if you can get Miss Burton here a few other jobs in the area, I'll just write her off to experience.
Thank you, Mr. Masters. And I don't know how I can possibly thank you, Mr. McCoy.
I think you just did it. As you all know, us McCoys are just poor dirt farmers like all of you. Yeah, why, to us, money is practically just a word in the dictionary. So, when we spend it, we got to get double value. And that's what you're all going to be getting here today. Yes, sir. Now, I ain't going to conjure up no fancy words or make no big speeches. I'm just going to give you a demonstration that's going to open your eyes to the wonders of science.
Jack, you're not going to let him demonstrate the stuff.
Relax. I had some of those shingles treated by a legitimate roofing company before I coated them with, what-am-you-call-it.
Now, look at this shingle here. This has been treated with all them special chemical goodies. Why, if Noah had shingles like this on his roof, he wouldn't have needed no ark. It ain't like Noah. You ain't got much time before the rainy season begins.
Maybe I'll sign up for my barn.
Well, and now I'm going to turn this meeting over to Brother Masters, who's going to take your orders. Brother Masters.
Thank you, Brother McCoy. Thank you. Now, if any of you gentlemen have any waterproofing problems you want to talk to me about, I'm at your service.
Were you watching me?
Every single moment.
Any questions?
Just, do you think I'll ever learn?
When you're through around here, I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't sell me a wagon load of smoke for my chimney.
Well, I'll surely try, Mr. McCoy.
Oh, watch close. I'm going to work on that holdout over there. I think you just don't understand the principle of this whole thing. You see, this hair is just so saturated with all them chemicals and all that. When that rain falls down, lands on there, it just slides off there. It just can't stay on there no matter what.
Little old country boy took right over, didn't he?
You know, I kind of hate to see this happening to him. His head's starting to swell up like one of our shingles in the rain.
Oh, don't knock him. He's doing a great job for us.
How about now? All right, that's it. He's done it again.
Poor guy. It's going to be pretty gruesome around here when the rains come and the paint goes.
Such a pity. And us nice and dry somewhere in Florida.
Well, I'm happy to see your house is still standing where it left it.
Yeah, well, I told you not to worry, Grandpa. Yeah, and I've been real busy bestowing a blessing on our community.
You know, I get the same funny feeling I had just before our chickens got the pip.
I ain't only been helping our neighbors, Grandpa, but I've been making us a tidy little heap of money besides.
Well, now, if it's anything over $5, I'm proud of you. If it's over 10, I'm worried.
Well, I ain't going to tell you. I ain't going to explain it. I'm just going to show you. Now, go in your chair. Sit down. Oh, sit down. You remember you told me to fix the roof?
Yeah.
You remember why? Because last year when it rained, the water come dribbling down right here on your chair?
Yeah, no matter how I rocked, it all splashed on my head.
Yeah. Well, now, you just sit there and don't move. Because now you don't have to. whereas the New Age Building Materials Company's responsibility shall be considered complete on spraying a said roof.
That's
And
enough.
whereas
That's enough. I bet everybody had to give a deposit excepting you.
Yeah, I was the Judas goat, Grandpa. I led all them lambs to slaughter for 2% of the gross.
Where's these swindlers now?
Well, they're over at the Emerson's place.
Well, you just hop over there, Luke, and tell him you got a new customer.
Who?
George McMichael. And tell him to be here at 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, Grandpa, you ain't going to get George involved in this, too.
I sure am. Luke, we got to bait our trap. And George is the biggest piece of cheese I can think of.
You mean you just spray the stuff on when the rain won't come through? Oh, not a drop, Mr. McMichael. We stick our reputation on it.
You hear that, George? Now you know exactly where they stand.
Well, I don't know, Amos. I got a lot of roof area. It would run into quite a bit.
Oh, don't worry, George. These people got all kinds of ways of taking your money. Like time payments, finance company loans.
Oh, certainly. I suppose that's the way these things are usually done. Right, Amos?
You're right, George. All the big outfits. Oh!
Amos, that your weather need?
It sure is, George. Must be some rain in the area here somewhere.
Rain? Oh, it's much too early for rain, isn't it?
It couldn't rain. Not yet.
I don't know. Grandpa's knee's got a lifetime batting average of 998.
That's right. Oh, we wouldn't think of holding an outdoor picnic without first consulting with Grandpa's knee.
Well, now, George, if you're hesitating about signing the contract, Luke tells me that these two people is real nice people. They're not a bit like the magic fertilizer swindlers that come through. Remember them?
Oh, sure do. I'll bet they ain't forgotten us neither. What happened to him?
Oh, they recovered. Eventually.
Well, they was young and healthy, you see, to start out with. They bones mended quick. Not like them crooks with the miracle stock feed. Oh, that was pitiful. Just pitiful. Oh!
Is it getting worse, Grandpa?
There's something wet coming up fast, Luke. You better go close the barn door.
Yeah, right away, Grandpa.
Well, Amos, thanks to these good people here, you don't have to worry about the rain coming through your roof.
Well, I think since it's going to rain, I think Sally, Miss Burton and I should be running along.
Yeah.
No, I ain't signed the contract yet.
Oh, well, now, why don't you just take care of the details in the morning?
Oh, no, sweetie. I'd feel terrible if I didn't make you stick around and have a little siding and a little sociability. Now, you sit right there, Mr. Mason, until the storm blows over.
Oh, well, really, Mr. McCoy,
We've really got to go.
Yes, we certainly do.
Oh, now, Luke would be mighty unhappy if you and this sweet little lady skipped out before you get back. You know, he took a great fancy.
Hey, listen, Amos. Your weather knee was right again.
Yep, right as rain. Is it grand to be sitting here without a thing to worry about? Mr. Masters, you agitated about something? You're just a squirting perspiration.
It's the humidity.
If I didn't know it was impossible, I'd say your roof was leaking.
Let's get out of here.
Yes, I think we...
And be George, not with Mr. Masters' miracle chemical up there protecting us. Right, Mr. Masters? But I'll be done. Hey, isn't he?
We better get on the home phone and call the office. If it's leaking here, what about those unprotected missiles?
Well, good evening, men. Gentlemen, there's nothing to worry about, nothing at all. I've explained to Mr. McCoy here, about to call the home office right now. Gentlemen, we stand behind our product. Don't get nervous. There's nothing to worry about. Believe me, Oh, you want your contracts, don't you? Yes, of course. I've got them right here in the bag. There we are. There they are, right, all of them. Huh? Yes, that's about it. Good evening, men. Up. Oh, the deposits.
Oh, Mr. McCoy.
Miss Burton, you have just set the cause of the American businesswoman back 50 years.
Boy, I hope you don't think that I had... Dry! You're dry! Jack! They're dry! It didn't rain! It didn't rain at all!
It didn't rain, but I... You did it. You tricked me.
And I trusted you. Come on,
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Don't stand there like a wart on the goat. Plug the leak. Well, what's the matter now? That ought to do it. Here, let me help you. What this water tank needs, Luke, is a new belly band.
We ought to look us up an ironmonger and get him to mong us one.
Yeah, but look, wouldn't that be costing to run a gold pipe all the way from the city?
Yeah, you laid your tongue right on the truth. Uh-oh. Better plug some more.
Howdy, friend Amos.
Look. Oh, George?
What you doing there?
Luke's building himself a capsule to go into orbit. What does it look like we're doing?
Well, looks like you're plugging a water tank that's seen better days.
It's still in good shape. It's just routine plugging, that's all.
Routine plugging. The only thing that's holding that tank together is termites. If they ever stop holding hands, it's going to fall apart.
What are you laughing at?
Well, George's words just tickle me is all.
Well, just hammer, don't giggle. Now get on with your plugging, Luke. Now, George, just what's on your mind? You didn't come over here just to watch a water tank leak. You're busting your buttons about something.
Amos, my farm has been selected by the United States government to be shown some visitors from a foreign land.
Hey, I read about that in the paper. Yeah, you mean them people from Europe?
One and the same.
What people? You got relatives in Europe, George?
Oh, no, Grandpa. I thought I told you about it. See, the government invited some farmers from Europe to tour the U.S., you know, to kind of show them how we do it.
And they picked your farm?
Well, not mine alone. They're going to look at a lot of little farms here in the valley.
Yeah, well, I don't understand that. I will admit that you got a nice coat of paint in your house and barn, and you ain't got a broken window to your name, but you can't honestly call your place a prime farm there.
Well, it's a lot primer than this here cabbage patch.
Cabbage patch? Why, this is the finest run, most efficient, finest example of how to grow something in the southern part of this whole goddamn state. Why, my God.
Some decoration, Mr. Potfellow.
You get it in the war, did you?
No, get it in the war. Get it Танечка, скажи ему, tell him what I got for, huh?
He won that for his part in the 5-year war against grasshoppers.
They can be nasty. You know, we get one or two occasions.
Can we get along with the tour, Mr. McMichael?
Sure. Yes. Follow me, please.
Did you say name?
So it is. Now, here, folks.
Howdy, George. I never knowed you had callers.
Not much you didn't. Amos, if you'll excuse me, I'm a very busy man now. Step aside while I serve my country.
Well, say, you must be the furnace. Amos McCoy, welcome to America. Amos McCoy, welcome to America.
See, his hands are smooth. They mean farm hands. He might be a spy.
I am R.T. Young from Washington, D.C.
Oh,
More power to you.
Going home before you ball everything up.
I ain't going to bother you. You just go on about your business. I'd just like to hear you tell the folks how you turned a first-class swamp into a third-rate farm.
Mr. McMichael, may we continue?
Now, folks, this here's my barn. You can see the hayloft up there.
Barn? That roof leaked so much last winter, why the hay looked like spaghetti.
Rica varizzi moidos diluceros crishu.
Hey, monsieur, getting on my nerves.
Mr. McCoy, I would appreciate it if you'd let Mr. McMichael conduct this tour.
He is conducting it. I'm just embroidering it.
Follow me, please. Now, if you look south, you'll be face to face with 10 acres of the finest barley grown in this area.
Over here, gentlemen.
There very is in this automobile.
Well, I'm the owner and operator of this here vehicle.
Oh, старик está automobile.
Ah, thanks. Take picture. Car, man, take picture.
You would like me very much to take your picture.
My pleasure. Yeah, this is the best side, too.
I did the one that takes picture of that old clunker.
Oh, who knows?
Monsieur, reckon the whole tour.
I don't see why they'd want to show these folks your farm in the first place. You want to see a real agricultural showplace? Come down the road a piece.
Старик, что бы мой посмотрели.
Oh, don't let him see his farm. He's got 4.5 acres of weeds and sand. Это очень интересно посмотреть your farm. Mr. Young, we see his farm. No, you don't want to see his farm.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, we're on a very tight schedule. I'm afraid we haven't time to visit your farm.
Чиновник не дает нам права.
О, да, вы, значит, обвиняете нас в том, что мы вам показываем только то, что мы хотим, чтобы вы видели, да? А скажите, пожалуйста, что вы делаете?
As you accuse us foreigners of only showing you what we want you to see. What are you doing?
Next time I take a government job, I'm going to be an astronaut. All right, Mr. McCoy, lead the way.
See this here, this is Emmy. She's the eldest. She's sort of the queen mother of the hen house. She made the trip all the way from West Virginia with us 6 years ago. She enjoyed every minute of it, too.
Старика курица, это из West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia, it was nice,
Well, she ain't much of a producer no more.
Now, why you keep her if she no work?
Well, because she's a goddamn good executive.
А вот скажите, пожалуйста, например, какой у вас годовой доход с яиц?
He wants to know your annual income from eggs.
Well, this past year has sort of been a boomer, you see. All the girls got into the swing of things, and they really turned them out. We netted $94 just in eggs alone.
Under a bottle, $94.
$94. That's neplохо, $94.
And that's allowing for breakage, too. Now, Nancy, you see, she's sort of butterfingered. Drops on the hard floor now. Now, if you just come this way. Well, now, this here is our barn.
Вот это же похоже на наше, да, это похоже.
And I want to tell you, this house is some of the finest livestock in the valley. This here my dairy herd.
Это его коровы.
Одна корова только?
He asks if you only have one cow.
Yeah, she likes to work alone.
Она любит сама работать.
Mr. McCoy, this is ridiculous.
Where are the rest of the cows?
Oh, they done gone to get the hoof and mouth shots. And I know somebody should have gone along with them. Now, if you'll follow me. Good. Roadside stand, you see, owned and operated by yours truly. We used to have a sign on the top there with the name of the stand. My name's Amos, and in my hired hand's name's Pepina, so we called it the A&P. We had to stop that, though. Seems another outfit had them two letters already sold out.
Понимаю.
Спроси у него, какой у него годовой доход с этой будки?
He wishes to know your income from the booth in a year.
Oh, you mean the stand? Oh, yeah. Well, we run at a loss last year.
Take picture of the American supermarket.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me open her up so you can give the folks back home a better look. Please, Mr. Putnam. Mr. Putnam. Why are you showing them this shack? Shack? Why, this is the old A&P. You're showing them too much. Too much? Oh, give them a break. It ain't gonna hurt to show them a few tricks of the farming trade. Just showing them how far an American can go if he sets his mind to it.
Don't you know what they're doing? They're using your farm as a bad example. They'll use those pictures to show how bad off American farmers are.
Bad off? What are you talking about? We're doing just fine here.
Not compared to the average farmer.
Oh, what do you ninny desk farmers know?
Старик озвел чиновник Nini?
You people sit on your appointments back there in Washington, D.C., and half the time you don't know a farm from a hole in the ground.
Excuse me, Mr. McCoy, what means Nini?
He's a ninny.
Oh, Grandpa, now look, this is one time you've gone far enough.
Look, I ain't even started on this politician, Luke.
I don't like your tone, Mr. McCoy.
Well, now, ain't that just too tough to chew?
Yeah, but that's,
I ain't gonna change my tone, dear Drums, I'm a taxpayer and I pay your salary. Why, you're my public servant.
Oh, no, don't tell me. I've got to hear that one again. I left a $100,000 a year job in industry to work for the government for $1 a year.
Well, now, that's a very fitting salary cut.
Чиновник оставил работа. Взял да работал 100 тысяч $100.
Ah, tool of the capitalistic government. Are as useful as a busted hoe handle. Let me tell you something, mister.
You've told him enough, Grandpa. I'm going to put a stop to this right here and now.
You ain't stopping nothing.
Grandpa, simmer down. Mr. Young, I think you better take your group back to the McMichaels farm.
That's the best idea I've heard today.
Hey, just one more fling at him, Luke. I've taken enough.
Grandpa, you've said enough. Mr. Young.
I'm leaving. Come along with me.
No payun, товарищ, payun.
I think I'll write to the president and have him cut you to 50 cents a year.
Grandpa, will you be reasonable? It ain't as if Mr. Young was just pumping hot air. There's a whole lot in what he says.
Saying our farmer's a bad example?
It weren't meant as a direct personal insult. You got to look at it honest. Now, economic-wise, we're on a pretty low level.
But we're going up, Luke. We almost made lower middle class last year.
Oh, you're kidding yourself. We didn't make enough money last year to pay income taxes.
Year before we did. $40.50. Enough to hire 10.5 more men like him.
Now, will you just cool down and listen to what I got to say? Will you admit that most farms are a lot nicer than ours? Now, I'll take that as an admittance. But them foreign folks at home, they won't hear about them. They'll hear about our place. They'll see the pictures that they took of our leaky water tank and our broken hay rack and our skinny chickens.
Well, now that ain't very fair of them.
I think you're starting to understand.
Well, my head ain't exactly no straw hatching.
There they go. Well, I'm afraid you pulled a big international boner.
Imagine me, Amos McCoy, being used for propaganda. Me, with my veins just a flowing red, white, and blue blood.
Yeah, Grandpa, you can't help it if your pride gets the best of you once in a while.
Yeah, but I've always done the best I could with what I got.
I know that.
I just ain't got much, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Luke, if I could just get a hold of them pictures.
Oh, Grandpa, no, please, don't try nothing else.
Look, I'm going to do what I think is best, so don't try to stop me. That's McCoy's knows our duty. And whenever this country's got into trouble, it was always McCoy that got them out.
Well, maybe that's because it was always a McCoy that got him into trouble in the first place.
Come along. Красиво машина, товарищ, красивая. In case of an emergency, this little generator gives us a 60-cycle, 110-volt current. You never know the regular current was off, except for one thing. The lights go out.
Як не работает?
Oh, da. I was stumbling around in the dark the other night, and as I was saying,
Miss Claude will direct the group round to the other side of the barn.
Пойдем.
Hold it. Нет. Mr. McCoy, you trespass. No speaking English.
Oh, stop being ridiculous, McCoy. Now, you're not fooling anybody. What do you want here?
I won't cause no trouble.
You're not up to anything.
No, I just want to learn something from the wisdom of George's head.
You mean you ain't gonna make no derogatory cracks?
So help me no. I learned my lesson and my lips is sealed.
All right, you can say, but no monkey shines. Now, if you will direct one and all of you to those white boxes. Those are my beehives. We don't sell the honey. We keep it for our own kitchen use.
I thought you'd like to take a picture of George's bumblers.
The little bees just love to crawl into the orange blossoms and sip the nectar, which is good. Then they fly away back to the little home. Hey, miss.
Talk to you later, George.
I thought you wanted to hear my lecture.
I'll be by tomorrow for a private one.
Camera? Stop thief! Hey, miss, what have you done?
I just wanted to get that there propaganda film.
I knew it. I've got an international incident on my hands.
Amerikanske krok! Being propaganda wasn't enough for you. You had to become an incident.
It's beyond me why you ain't in jail. It's almost 3 hours since they left.
But Young told me to go home and wait. He's going to try to talk him out of jailing me.
Fat chance. George told me that foreign fellow was just furious with you. And I might add, he had every right to be.
Well, stop adding and let's think of a way out of this. They're coming for me, Luke. They're coming for me.
It's them, all right.
Now, Luke, remember, your grandpa done what he did because he figured he's helping his country. And I want you to tell them folks that. Because I'm a running freak.
McCoy, out of the car.
All right, McCoy, where are those people? What people?
The girl with the camera you kidnapped?
What? The girl with the camera and her father have disappeared. Well, they ain't around here.
We make search.
I swear to you, we ain't kidnapped nobody.
No, I swear to you, Mr. Young, he ain't lying. We're gonna have to search anyway. They've even sent a consulate man out from Los Angeles. Mr. McCoy, Mr. Cutrock.
Mr. McCoy, how do you do?
Well, things has been better.
Now, we search. Come on, search.
No.
Nobody up here. Nobody in there, Mr. Young. I need to get the спрятанных. We search. Come on.
Товарищ, необходимо найти.
We'll find them.
I told you, didn't I?
If there ain't nobody here.
I knew you were trouble the first time I laid my eyes on you, McCoy. Well, at least one good thing happened today, Luke. The water tank quit leaking.
Well, I can't imagine why. We never did finish plugging it. I still have to take you into town for further questioning, McCoy. I'm sorry.
Gesundheit.
That weren't me.
Wait. In the tank. You tied them up in the tank. Well, you're loco.
We are not tied up.
Aha! You'll be a kidnapper. That's what you'll be.
They did not kidnap us. We're here of our own free will. Mr. Young, my father and I want refuge. We want to stay here in America.
Well, I'll be goddamn. Что вы сказали?
Мы хотим остаться в Америке.
Пожалуйста, мистер Подкоп.
You want to be Americans, huh? Well, good for you.
Come on, Papa.
And you, Mr. Young, you thought I was a propaganda. She knows good living when she sees it. I told you our farm was a good example. Ain't that right?
It's a very nice farm, but that had nothing to do with our decision. What impressed us was the way you stood up to a government official and spoke your mind. This is real freedom.
Freedom ain't got nothing to do with it. I pay a salary.
McCoy, please.
Ward healer.
Well, that clears this up. Let's go.
No cleared up yet.
Old loudmouth is in again.
What now, Mr. Putco?
Mr. Young, Mr. Farmers. Can I stay in America too?
Well, how about that? We nailed them all. Lord Americansky!
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
What the carnation are you doing?
Well, like you told me, Senor Grandpa, I'm hitting the nails.
Use up all your strength that way, boy.
Ain't they beautiful, Grandpa?
Yeah, but they're eating up the taxpayers' money. That's what they're doing. Now, you two have been all morning with your heads in the air. Now, come on down to us so we can get this shed knocked down. We got to get a new one up in time for them layers we ordered.
That kind of reminds you of feuding back in Smoky Corners, don't it?
Yeah, back at home we get more shooting than a christening. Come on, will you, Pepino? Get in that shed.
All the crossbeams out?
Yes. The only thing holding up now is just plain stubbornness. Watch where you're going, God darn you.
Where did he go?
I'll be glad when them army maneuvers is over so we get something done around here. Can't keep them chickens in the barn forever.
Well, the chickens will have to wait, Senor Grandpa. My stomach says it's time for lunch. How much you figure the new shed will cost, Grandpa?
Well, if we all pitch in, I figure about $50. You gotta get all new lumber, you know. Ain't nothing worth saving in the old shed. All the boards is rotted out.
Hey!
How do you like that? Woo!
first step is a mighty big one. Hey, looks like that one's having trouble.
Yeah. He's coming his way.
Oh, look out!
Are you hurt, soldier? Hey, Peppino, get some bandages and some iodine. See that you're gonna... Now just get yourself right down there. Here.
What did I hit anyway? Oh, just a chicken house. No kidding. I'm sure sorry. Didn't leave much of it, did I?
Yeah, well, now, don't you worry, son. Just so long as you ain't bad hurt yourself.
I gotta call the base, tell them where I am. Sure gonna get chewed up for this one. Oh, now, wait a minute. Relax, soldier. I'll call them for you. Oh, thanks, mister. I sure am sorry, sir.
Now, just don't you give it no never mind. We was fixing to...
The Army will pay for all the damages, sir.
They will?
Yes, sir.
Well, I suppose that's fitting and proper. Did they pay right away?
Yes, sir. You just figure out the damages and tell the captain when he comes out to look it over.
Now, don't you worry a bit, son. I'll have it all figured out. Yes, good book tells about manna from heaven. But it just looks like about 180 pounds of it dropped in on us. What are you doing out of the barn? You want to spoil everything?
Grandpa?
Yeah, right here.
Grandpa, this here's Captain Lewis. He's come to look at the damage. Captain Lewis, this is my grandpa.
Howdy, Captain.
Mr. McCoy?
Yeah, well, it's a sad thing to look at. Real sad, ain't it? That shed was hand-built to last 100 years.
That's so.
Yes, sir. You raised on the farm, Captain?
No. I didn't set foot on grass till I was 10 years old.
Right.
Matter of fact, first time they showed me a cow, I thought they were kidding.
You know what them is?
Feathers?
Chicken feathers.
I see. And how many chickens did you lose, Mr. McCoy?
Well, we had 10.
Where are they now?
Oh, we give them a decent burial this morning.
What was that?
What? I didn't hear nothing. Oh, the rooster. Oh, that must be old George McMichael's place. So far away, I hardly heard it.
Grandpa, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, trying to cheat your own U.S. government.
Not cheating, boy. Just dickering.
I don't like it, Grandpa. I don't like it one bit. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Is there anything salvageable here, Mr. McCoy?
No, sir. Just the ground the coop was built on. Jack Lewis, look. Go load the feed in the car. We ain't going to be needed.
Now, Grandpa, I...
Get you.
How much damage do you figure, Mr. McCoy?
Oh, $250?
$250.
Well, make it 200. We won't count the labor fixing it again. We leave that be our donation to the national defense.
I wish everybody had your attitude, Mr. McCoy.
Surely. What do you know? We got one lone survivor. Don't he look sad, Captain? Don't he, though? Why, of course he do. Just think how you'd feel if you lost all your wives at once.
Hey, Mr. McCoy.
Just a couple of old maids from down the road apiece. You know how quick they come around the minute they hear there's a new widower in the neighborhood. Don't it make you feel downright proud, Luke, the way our government can act in an emergency? You don't understand a little shiver right down your back?
No, it gets me in the stomach. That's downright treason, that's what that is.
Well, now, hold on now.
Grandpa, that's the taxpayers' money.
Pepina, do you respect the government? Now I want you to tell me just one thing. Do you respect the U.S. government?
Well, of course I do.
Well, the government decided to give us this money, didn't it? You going to fight something our country decided on? Not me, not Amos McCoy. If my country wants me to have this check, then I'm going to be a good citizen. Take it. Here, Luke. Take this and get it cash, will you?
No, not me. I ain't going to put a finger to
Look,
it.
how in tarnation are we going to build a new shack if we don't cash it? We've got to have new lumber.
Yeah, come on, Peppino. We got beans to weed.
Now, look. The new layers is ordered already, and the shed's got to go up.
Look, we ain't stopping you.
You two just going to set it along whilst I do the work? I can't build it myself.
No, I reckon you can't.
Luke, you ain't going to make me go outside and get help, are you? Pepina?
Beans, Senor Luke? Beans. And we leave you with your conscience.
So, leaving me with some pretty miserable company. Well, there she is. We can put the chickens in just as soon as we get the feed troughs from the hardware store.
Well, I hope they'll be happy in there.
Well, they should ought to be. With the extra help I had hired, cost me $100.
Oh, now that's a shame. Well, that only leaves you $100 cheating money.
Well, that's enough. That's a honest profit. First thing we ought to do is pay off some of our debts. Pepina, how much is we owe you in back pay?
$37.
Well, now you know this has been bothering me for a long time. Owing you so much and so long. So I'm going to pay you right now. There you are, $37.
Not this $37.
What's the matter with you? You all have been wanting to take Rosita to the drive-in movie. Here. I'll even lend you the car.
No, Senor Rampa. I want to enjoy the movie with just Rosita on my conscience, not the $37.
Well, look, my boy, you've been wanting some extra spending money. Here. Now, don't tell me your conscience is bothering you, too.
No, not as much as yours, Grandpa. Do you know what you're trying to do? You're just trying to make us share your guilt.
Why, that ain't all.
No?
No, it ain't. It's just my way of showing you, too, that I forgive you.
Forgive us? For what?
Well, for making me feel guilty than I should if I weren't innocent.
Thank you. Well, I'll be. Whew, ain't that a beauty?
Well, now, that's what I call a fine-looking gun, Luke. I bet they had to duck around these here pots. Wouldn't be proud to be shot with a gun like that.
Well, the darndest thing just happened. A fella in a truck just drove up and delivered this, and well, I don't know who it's from. There wasn't a name on the box or nothing.
You sure know how to look a gift gun in the mouth, though, Luke. Just enjoy it.
You know, the funny thing is, just last week I was admiring a gun like this in the store. You was with me, remember?
No, I don't recollect, Luke. Let's go.
Sure you remember. It was that day that we took that load of potatoes into town. Yeah, after we dropped it off, we was walking down the street, and I looked in the store window, and You.
Hey, look.
No, you don't.
Look, listen.
Grandpa, if I was to use that gun, it'd be the first time a skunk ever shot a duck.
my bedroom. What is that? Well, you've been eating a new mattress bed. Go ahead, try it for size.
Ah, it's so soft and beautiful. Whatever I can eat, Kurt.
You like it?
I like it, Senor Grandpa. It's so comfortable, I don't think I'll get up until San Gabriel blows his trombone. Look, senor, look at no mattress.
Yeah, I see it. I'll bet that mattress cost exactly $37.
Grandpa, what about me? Because he thinks I need...
Because it... What are you doing?
Suddenly, this mattress got very full of lumps.
All right, I'm done trying to make you two happy, and I ain't to try no more. You had your chance.
Come on, Pino. We got some work to do.
And if you're so goddamn high and mighty and proper to use that money, I know someone that ain't.
Well, now, I wonder who that could be.
Me? I'm getting a new suit for that church sociable next Sunday.
Just one thing, Grandpa.
What's that?
When you get that suit and you put it on, you think about all the McCoys up there. All the McCoys that you've been telling me about since I was a little boy. All the McCoys that fought in this country's wars. And you can start with Seth McCoy, way back at Valley Forge. You just think about them, Grandpa. I'll be watching you.
Did you have to be looking down all the time? Seems to me you could find something better to do up there. With the national emergency and everything, I figured as close as I could.
Excuse me. Captain Lewis. Motor pool? Yes, sir. That was $4,365.36 for parts. No, sir. 36 cents. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And then by using the old lumber and us all pitching in, you see, we...
Captain Lewis. Yes, sir. No, sir. I did not authorize the expenditure of $345,000 for socks for Company B. Yes, sir. I am aware that there are only 2 feet per man. Yes, sir. All right, sir.
So it comes to $100, you see. That leaves $100. So you just give me a receipt so that I can show it to my grandson, eh?
Mr. McCoy, your claim is a very modest one compared to some. Now, please don't worry about it. Just keep the money.
But it ain't mine, and I ain't entitled to it.
Please, Mr. McCoy, there's nothing to worry about. It's all yours.
Now, don't get so goddamn free with the taxpayers' money, boy.
McCoy, people don't usually return money, if you know what I mean. Besides, there's no standard operating procedure for it. I suppose I could put it in petty cash.
Petty cash? $100?
Lewis! Yes, General. Colonel Morrison just... No, sir, it came to under $49,000. Yes, sir, but he... No.
Well, I tell you, you just keep the money and give me my receipt, huh?
Mr. McCoy, let me explain to you what is involved in your trying to return this money. 4 different forms will have to be filled out, 6 copies each. The post books will have to be changed. The claims department will have to pull your file, and new cards will have to be run through the computers.
4 different departments in the Pentagon would have to record the money using very expensive bookkeeping machinery and highly trained personnel. It would cost the government $500 to process your 100. Now, as an unselfish, patriotic gesture, please, keep the money.
No, you ain't gonna stand me with that money. I want to see your boss. I want to see the man over you.
I'm sorry, Colonel Deaver isn't here.
Where's he at?
Out there somewhere in a tank.
Well, get him. I want to talk to him.
Get him? Get Colonel Deaver? Oh, excuse me, I've got to go.
All right, I'll see my congressman. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
McCoy, please.
I'll tell him what's going on here. There's got to be some way a man can give money back to his country.
Take it, huh?
Nope. How do you like that?
It looks like that money is getting downright embarrassing to everybody. Well, looks like you just got the brass ring, Grandpa.
Mr. McCoy, sir.
McCoy, Colonel Deaver.
Howdy, Colonel.
Heard you wanted to see me.
Yeah, this here's my grandson, Luke McCoy, and my hired hand, Pepina Garcia.
Howdy, Colonel.
Captain Lewis told me about your problem.
Oh, did you? Good.
I want you to know I'm proud to have you for a fellow citizen.
Well, thank you, Colonel. Us McCoys has always tried to serve our country. Now, if you just take this.
Mr. McCoy, let me add my poor words to the captain's. Keep the money as a token of esteem for your honesty.
No, so I couldn't do that.
Now, Mr. McCoy, I'm sure you can use it. I know farmers aren't long on cash.
Well, we do all right. Right, Luke?
Right, Grandpa.
Well, then, why don't you get something for yourself, like a new suit?
Now, are you going to take this money or ain't you?
What I'm trying to tell you...
I ain't buying no suit because the touch of it would burn my skin. And I ain't putting no poultry in that chicken house because I'd choke in the eggs.
Mr. McCoy, we are in the middle of maneuvers.
I'll say in the middle of maneuvers like a bunch of youths on a wet rock.
McCoy.
Never seen such a slippery bunch?
Mr. McCoy.
Trying to sweet-talk me into taking the taxpaying money. What?
Mr. McCoy! Let me get this straight. And I understand it. You don't want the government to owe you money. And you don't want to owe the government anything, right?
Yeah.
So if everything is all square, you with the government and the government with you, you'll be happy?
There's a shoat in the mud hole.
Is that the shed over there?
That's it.
All right, Captain.
What is it? What in tarnation? Well, it'll cost me $100 to fix that shed.
You got it. Are we square?
It's a pleasure to do business with you, Colonel.
Anytime, Mr. McCoy.
Don't it make you proud? Don't it make you damn right proud to have an army like that?
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
her right on. Tina, where are you?
I can't tell you, Jerry. I've just called to say I'm all right and not to worry about me.
Don't worry about you. Why, the whole studio is frantic. What do you mean running out like that?
I'm fed up. I'm just not coming back. I've had it up to here.
Tina, listen to me. You just cannot walk out in the middle of a $5 million production.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Tina, do you know what you're doing? You have no money. What with your taxes and your charge accounts, you're broke. Flat broke.
I don't need any money. I'll get a job or something.
A job? What would you do? Honey, you've never worked a day in your life.
I watched people work. It doesn't seem that hard.
The studio's going to have the police look for you.
Police?
Yes, the police and the sheriff and the Swedish consul. The president of the studio and his private helicopter. He's so mad at you, he would never forgive you if he could afford it. I know they're going to find you.
I don't think so. Goodbye.
Hey, Grandpa, look at that car.
Some kid must have left it there.
No, it's a real car. Hey, maybe it's a housekeeper answering our ad.
Well, it's about time one showed up. You know, this place is sight. Every dish in the house is dirty.
Yeah, I'm down to my last clean shirt.
No, you ain't, Luke. I'm wearing it.
Well, we sure do need a housekeeper, all right.
I know, but make believe it ain't so now, because she's liable to take advantage of us and ask us for more than we can afford. Of course, if we pay what we can't afford, we'll be taking advantage of her.
I was knocking and there was no answer. The door was open.
Well, we was out in the barn. We never heard you.
Oh, I'm Luke McCoy, and this is my grandpa.
How do you do?
I'm Luke.
I'm Tina. I was looking for a place with a telephone.
Oh, we got a phone.
Yeah, and a carpet sweeper and just about anything else you need.
You're very kind. If you'll just let me stay for a short while.
Well, now, not so fast. We ain't even offered you the job yet, you know.
Job?
Yeah, well, you're here about the housekeeping job, ain't you?
Oh, the job. You want me to work here?
Well, now, wait a minute. We have to meet on it first. You know, she talks kind of funny, don't she? I don't reckon she's from the valley here. Probably come from up east someplace.
Oh, that's Swedish. I heard that kind of talk in a television movie once.
And I can tell you right now, Luke, she just ain't going to work out.
Well, she looks real good to me.
No, she's too scrawny and soft-skinned. And look at them spindly shanks on her.
Yeah.
4 days work and she'd come up lame on us, Luke.
Oh, we're desperate. We need some help today. Now, let's just give her a chance.
No, Luke, I don't think... Well, all right.
Oh, good.
Well, now, you understand, every woman has a privilege of waiting on a McCoy, and there's two of us in this house.
Yeah, that makes it kind of a double honor.
See, now, you get your room and board and $25 a month.
I'll take it.
You will?
Well, now, I'll get your satchel out of the car.
My car. Would you mind putting it in your garage?
Oh, sure. Put it around back of the barn, Luke. Then if you can get yourself into it. Well, now, seeing as how this is the first day, we're going to start you out kind of slow. You can just do the ironing and mop the floors and do them dishes that's in the sink. And seeing as how this is Tuesday, we'll have hog jowls and harmony.
Hog jowl and what?
A harmony. You'll find the recipe in Granny's cookbook. It's in the kitchen there in back of the cookie jar. I should have said $20.
Yes! Somebody help!
What's happening?
The hog jowl!
Done?
Yeah, it's done all right.
Oh, good. Is there anything more I can do?
No. You've done enough already.
Luke, can you keep a secret?
Well, sure.
This is the first hog jowl I've ever cooked.
No. Well, you sure could have fooled me.
I haven't been so excited since the first time I made a smorgasbord.
Well? Supper ready?
Yes, I'll serve it.
Grandpa, are you hungry again?
Yep.
You know, you're getting downright fat. Why, your suspenders ain't done a lick of work in months now.
Well, you got to store up, Luke. You know, there's a lot of winter coming.
Well, look, if you're that hungry, why don't we just hop in the car and go out to supper?
Wait, your man. Is after this poor little girl cooking hard all day? That'd be downright insulting. Besides, I'm looking forward to a good home-cooked meal. Still got a feeling we made a mistake in hiring.
Now, Grandpa, remember, this is the first meal she's ever cooked in this house.
Did you get the plowing done for, Doc?
Oh, si, senor. The tractor ran out of gas just before I did.
Here's the hook, Joe.
Oh, China, this here's Pepino.
Good done.
Buenas noches.
I'll get some more butter.
I'm glad the tractor ran out of gas.
Don't smell like no hog jowls to me.
Well, I still say it ain't easy if you never done it before.
Well, let's quit talking and get at it.
Well, I just want to make sure that you understand it. This is her first try.
I understand that you'll get the goddamn lid off it.
I hope it tastes better than what it looks.
I know it the minute I see them long red fingernails. I know she never cooked no hog jowls.
Senor Grandpa.
Now, look, I've had hog jowls cooked in all kinds of ways in my time.
Grandpa.
Burned, tough, fat, stringy, but never in all my born days have I ever tasted anything. This is the first one to taste as good as Granny used to cook.
I mean, you really like it, Mr. McCoy?
Is it really good, Grandpa? Here, judge for yourself. All the same, no one cooks them hog jowls like a Swede.
Hello, my sweet one. You be nice now, huh? Do as Steiner asks you? Oh, such big brown eyes you've got. That's right. Sweet little söt nose. Now let's see if you have been a good girl. Nothing! Åh, din dumma ko, vad ska jag göra? Hur ska jag få mjölk utav dig? Vad måste man göra, herregud, för att få mjölk?
You girls have a little argument, are you?
Stupid, stubborn, big-headed cow. I've tried everything. I petted her, I pleaded with her, I tried to reason with her, and what do I get? Nothing.
The trouble is, you're only used to Swedish cows.
Oh, I see. There is a difference with American cows?
Oh, yeah, there's a big difference. You see, with American cows, they don't give it. You got to take it.
Oh, Luke, you're quite marvelous. You know how to do everything.
Oh, I ain't all that smart.
Luke, may I tell you something?
Well, yeah, sure.
I've been very happy the past few days. Happier than I've been for a long time. This farm, you, people. It's all been very good for me.
Well, Tina, you ain't thinking of leaving, are you?
Well,
Have we been working you too hard? Because if we have...
Perhaps I've been working you too hard. It's just that... I think... Oh, no, it's no use.
Well, I've been doing a little thinking myself. What was you thinking?
I think, why is it that a big, strong, handsome man like you are not married?
Well, I was once. Since then, the right girl just ain't come along.
What kind of a girl would be the right girl?
Well, you see, it takes a special kind of a woman to marry a farmer. It's hard work. There ain't much money. A farmer's wife is... Well, she's got to take her pleasure in little things.
Little things.
Yeah. Like the sun setting over the barn, all red and gold. Making a hot apple pie for the menfolk. Seeing the miracle of a newborn calf. I guess this all sounds kind of simple to you.
You know, Peppino, it is kind of nice having a woman around the farm again, ain't it?
See, but I can't get used to walking into the barn and smelling perfume.
But you gotta admit, it is an improvement.
One thing I know, the perfume seems to agree with Senor Luke.
He just caught himself another snootful. Where you been, Luke?
Oh, just milking a cow, Grandpa.
Look, Peppino, it's empty. I tell you, that boy's moonstruck.
What, do you think he's that serious?
Well, he ain't mooned around like this since his first courting days.
Afternoon.
Howdy. Something I can do for you?
This your place?
Yeah.
I'm Charlie Martin, Martin Detective Agency.
No, that sounds like an interesting line of work.
Yeah. Thought you might be able to help me. We're looking for a girl. She's Swedish, about 25, 5'6". Here. Here's her picture. You seen that girl?
No, I ain't never seen no one like this around here. What's she done, just in case I do? But I don't expect I will. Peppino, ain't you got some eggs to deliver?
Hey, what? Oh, see, chicken eggs. To deliver them.
Thought you might recognize her. She's a movie star.
A movie star?
The police reported seeing a car like hers in the area. We're inquiring all around the neighborhood.
Well, if I hear anything, I'll sure leave you know.
Thank you. See you around.
So long. Movie star. Poor Luke. He's sitting on a cloud, and now I got to go pull it out from under him.
Just a minute. Grandpa, come in. I've been wanting to talk to you.
Well, me too. When something important's happening, I figured it's always best to bring it right out in the open.
Oh, I agree. Just before you came in, I was writing it down in a letter. Perhaps you should read it for yourself.
Well, you better read it. I didn't bring along my glasses.
All right. Dear Grandpa, Luke, and Peppino, by the time you read this letter, I'll be on my way back to Hollywood. You see, I'm not a housekeeper. I'm just an actress who was very mixed up, but not so much as before, thanks to you. Please forgive me all the trouble I caused. I'll remember you always. Love, Dinah.
Well, now, I'm glad I gave you the chance to fess up.
You knew?
Of course I knowed. Does Luke know you're going away?
I think Luke's falling in love with me, Grandpa.
Well, what's your feelings about him?
I'm afraid I'm getting too fond of him.
Well, what is there to be afraid of?
Because I don't think we're right for each other.
Well, now, I'm glad you said that. I'd be mighty proud to have you in the family, but smorgasbord and hog jowls never mix. You see, why don't you wait a day or so before you go, and I'll see what I can do to handle things.
Oh, thank you, Grandpa. You're so sweet. I wish you were my real Grandpa.
Well, I don't.
No?
No, it'd be too hard at my age to learn to talk Swedish.
Hi, Grandpa. Well, why don't you let Tyler make that sandwich for you?
Well, I feel kind of funny about asking that.
Why? That's her job, ain't it?
Well, I used to think so, but I found out different.
Well, what do you mean?
Luke, she's a movie star.
She's a movie star. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, yeah. She's a movie star, and I'm one of them astronauts.
I tell you, it's true, Luke. She told me so herself.
Grandpa, do you really mean this? You ain't just making it up.
I ain't making up nothing. It's true.
Why didn't she tell me?
Oh, Luke, you got a lot of things to learn about women. She loves you, Luke.
Well, if that don't beat all. Hey, she loves me?
She up and told me. She said, I'm fond of Luke, and that's probably Swedish for love.
Grandpa, I wonder what it'd be like to be married to a movie star.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it'd work, Luke?
Well, why not? As long as we're in love with each other.
Well, maybe so. You might just take to that Hollywood living.
Well, why'd we have to live in Hollywood?
Well, Luke, you can't expect her to give up a job. Why, I bet them movie stars makes at least as much as $200 a week, maybe $250.
I don't know about Hollywood.
You'd like it there, Luke. Don't have to get up till 7:30 maybe. And before you do anything else, well, you just put on them smoke glasses, you know. It makes everything look kind of green. And then there's other things, too. Them boiled shirts, you know, and your initials tattooed on the pockets of them, and the haircuts once a week, and taking the 2 poodle dogs out for exercise every afternoon.
Oh, wait a minute now. How do you know she's got 2 poodle dogs?
Well, all movie stars has dogs to walk. Their husbands have to do something for exercise.
Well, I'll get all the exercise I need just working.
Work? Well, you want to disgrace your wife? It look like she can't afford you.
Well, a man's got to go to work sometimes.
Why? She's making plenty.
Oh, well, what about me, Grandpa? I mean, what if I need some money?
Well, just ask her first. Maybe she give you an allowance.
No. Us McCoys has always prided ourselves on being the breadwinners.
Well, what do you care? Ain't nobody gonna know about it.
Well, I'll know about it. That's who'll know about it. Just wouldn't work out.
Look. Now, that little girl's in love with you. Well, you just liable to break her heart.
I know. But it's better now than later.
Maybe so.
I'll just have to let her down kind of easy like. Hey, Grandpa, maybe you better help me break it to her.
Me? Oh, no, Luke. Now, no. This is your affair. And I never was one to mess with it.
So, Tina, what I'm trying to tell you is, it just can't be. I know how you feel about me. Right now, you think we was just made for each other. Well, believe it or not, we ain't.
Luke.
Now, please let me finish. Tina, you belong in Hollywood. Us McCoys, well, we believe in keeping a wife at home.
You're probably right, Luke. I'm sorry to hear that.
I know you think that I'm the only man you'll ever love, but if you just be patient, you'll probably get over me. I expect it'll take a long time, but someday somebody else is bound to come along.
I don't know what to say.
Don't start crying. I reckon you're too lumped up right now to see things clear, but someday you'll thank me for this.
Whatever you say, Luke.
Well, I reckon I better get back to my chores.
You done good. The boy's gonna be all right now. Real good acting you done there. Almost crying.
I didn't do any acting, Grandpa.
Now, Tiny, you gotta stop that. You'll have me carrying empty milk pails, too.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two little boys. His favorite grandson, little McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
I say we've been shilly-shallying long enough. Now this house has just got to be clean. And one of us has got to volunteer to do it. And I'm going to be goddamn disappointed if you both of you don't. How about it, Peanut?
Even if I'm drafted, I will not volunteer.
Well, we wouldn't be stuck with this house too messy if...
No, Grandpa, I ain't getting married.
Well, being a widow man for a year and a half is long enough.
Well, if I get married again, it's going to be for love, not for a good hand with a broom and a dustpan.
Well, then we got work to do. Before that housekeeper gets here, we got to get this house clean enough for her to be able to clean it up.
Don't blame no favorites. We dirty up every room just the same.
No, that can't be the housekeeper. Not so soon.
Well, if it's her, tell her it's the wrong house. By the time we clean it up, she won't recognize it anyway.
Yes, sir?
I'm Mrs. Gaylord. I called about your ad for a housekeeper.
Oh, Miss Gaylord. Hi, Miss McCoy. Come on in. Sit yourself down.
Miss Gaylord, excuse me just a minute. I've got to talk over something with my grandpa. Do you mind? Excuse us, just Grandpa. Could I see for a minute, please? Grandpa, if she comes in here and sees a house like this, she'll just run out. What are you trying to do?
Give her the shock treatment. If she can stand this house the way it is, she's the one we want. Come on right in, Miss Gaylord. That's my grandson here, Luke McCoy.
Ma'am?
And this is my hired hand for Peanut.
She is in instead of sharp.
One more.
We never should let her in.
Forgot my suitcase.
You run away?
Why would I do that?
Well, maybe your eyes ain't accustomed to the dark yet. You seen the kitchen, didn't you?
Yes, but a house usually gets to look this way with 3 bachelors living in it.
Well, Miss Gaylord, how'd you know we was bachelors?
Well, I just naturally assumed. Of course, anyone as attractive as you won't be a bachelor for long. My, he is handsome, isn't he?
All us McCoys look that way when we're young. Well, Miss Gaylord, the house is all yours. Your bedroom's the first one off in the hall. Come on.
Yeah, wait, just a minute, Grandpa. Miss Gaylord, I think you ought to know that we can't afford to pay you very much.
Well, I've been working in the city for years and just dreaming of getting back to a farm, so let's all try it. And if we all like it, why, the money won't be important at all.
Come on, boys, quick.
I never tasted soup like this in my life.
Just wish my mouth would stop watering so I don't weaken it.
I say how good it is. Only stop me from eating.
It's a shame a good-looking young man like you shouldn't have some sweet young wife who could cook for him. Here's your Sunday shirts, boys.
Can you see her? I can't believe it. It's clean.
Well, it's the first time I've seen white in 6 months.
Why, a man could go snowblind just looking at the cuffs.
What you need is a woman's touch.
I cannot believe it. 5 days, and each day her cooking gets even better. My head says it's impossible, but my stomach says it isn't.
You gonna call Pepino?
No, senora. It was not me.
Is anything wrong, Miss Gaylord?
Oh, I'm all right. Anyway, it's
It's my problem. I can't trouble you.
But, Miss Gaylord...
It's nothing. It's really nothing.
Miss Gaylord!
Luke, she said it was nothing. And I got a feeling we should ought to leave it at nothing.
Grandpa, she was practical crying.
Oh, you don't understand women. They turn tears on and off just like a water spigot.
I'm going to find out what's bothering her. After all, she's just like one of the family now. Oh.
Here's your dessert. Homemade strawberry shortcake.
Miss Gaylord, won't you please tell us what's wrong?
Well, you see, I have a daughter.
I knowed you had something.
She's my only daughter. I had a letter from her this morning. She's working in an office in the city, but she's just a plain, simple country girl, and she's not happy there. She's sick and lonely, and she misses me, and I'll just have to go to her and find some place in the country for a few weeks where we can be together until she gets her health back.
Sorry, Miss Gaylord.
I just don't know what else I can do.
Grandpa.
Senor Grandpa? Miss Gaylord.
Yes?
We'd be much obliged to you if you'd bring your daughter here to live with us till she gets all better.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McCoy. I'll go wire her right away.
Grandpa, that's a fine and noble thing you're doing.
I hope so, Luke, but I think them was the exact words they told General Custy when he started out on his last trip.
Taxi. Oh, must be Miss Gaylord's daughter. Go give her a hand. Hey. Can that be Mrs. Gaylord's daughter?
If she's sick now, I wonder what she looks like when she's well.
Thank you very much.
Hey, are you Miss Gaylord's daughter?
Yes, I'm Mary Gaylord.
Oh, well, how do? I'm Luke McCoy.
Hello.
Oh, this here's Pino.
Hello.
Tanto gusto, señorita.
Well,
Well, you seem a bit surprised, Mr. McCoy. Mother said you were expecting me.
but not so much. I mean, your mother told us that you're kind of sick, and, well, I guess appearances can be deceiving. Maybe you're a whole lot sicker on the inside than you look on the outside. I mean...
Well, there's not anything actually physically wrong with me. I'm just run down a bit. Well, I suppose Mother is waiting.
Well, here, let me take your suitcase for you.
Oh, how nice of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well, city girls ain't used to dirt paths.
how sweet you are.
You be careful with these steps. I wouldn't want you to fall down and bust nothing. There we go.
Mrs. Gaylord may need a stove, but her daughter is cooking without one.
Miss Gaylord, your daughter's here.
Mother?
Oh, she must have gone out marketing or something. Would you like to go to your room and rest?
If you don't mind, I'd rather wait here with you. It's so nice to talk to someone from the country again. I know this is going to do me so much good.
Me too. I mean, it'll be nice for me to have somebody to talk to, too.
Thank you. You know, Mother wrote and told me how nice you were, and now that I've met you, I see what she meant.
Oh, now you're kind of embarrassing me.
I'm sorry.
No need to be. I ain't been embarrassed this nice in a long time.
While we're waiting, why don't we sit down?
Oh, sure thing. Say, your eyes.
Yes?
There's two of them. I mean, they're both of them pretty.
Oh, thank you. You certainly know the right things to say to a girl.
Well, I wouldn't dare say them to nobody else.
I was just going in. My daughter's here.
Mary, darling. Mother, it's so wonderful to see you again.
Oh, Mary, dear, I'm so glad to have you with me.
Hey, Grandpa, I'd like you to meet Miss Gaylord's daughter, Mary. This is my grandpa, Mary.
Hello.
How do?
Oh, it looks like we're going to just be one big happy family. Come with me, dear.
Yeah, it's going to be big, all right, but I don't know about happy.
That sure was good. Wonderful, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
Miss Gaylord, you sure did outdo yourself tonight. I'll tell you, I didn't know anybody could make real old-fashioned corn pone and chitlins no more. Yeah, that's Grandpa's favorite dish, ain't it, Grandpa?
It was.
Grandpa, I noticed you ate all of it.
All right. It was delicious.
Well, I can't take the credit for it. You know who cooks supper for you boys? Mary.
Well.
Mother, Mary's such a modest girl. She's really a better cook than I am. Come on, Mary, dear. You can help me with the dishes. She loves to do the dishes, too. Come on, dear.
Oh, that Mary really is a country girl, ain't she? She's only been out here one day, and already you notice how the blooms come back to her cheeks?
Yeah. She's wearing a lot more of it tonight. You say, how about a game of checkies, Luke, eh?
No, thanks, Grandpa. I guess not. There's a real pretty moon out tonight. I think I'll go look at it.
Yeah, now. He's acting like it was a new rooster, and she's the only chicken in the coop with feathers. I'm worried about that boy for me.
Well, Senor Grandpa, I thought you wanted Senor Luke to get married again someday.
Sure, but happy married. And I got a feeling that girl just ain't right for him. She looks to me like she's just out to grab him.
Well, remember, it takes two to make a marriage.
Yeah. Girl and a mother.
You know, it really wouldn't hurt any if you did help me with the dishes. It's bad enough that you can't cook.
Now, don't start picking on me again. I don't want to hear any more.
Watch that temper of yours. You've lost enough boyfriends that way. Remember, I'm not getting any younger. No, you skipped your last 2 birthdays. Neither are you.
All right, Mother. I know we both need security. Maybe Luke is the answer. But when we get married, he's going to have to shuck some of that corn.
Oh, that's the idea. Hook him first. Never let a man find out what he's getting until after he's got it.
Besides, Luke's not so bad.
You bet he isn't. And someday this farm...
I just came to get a glass of water. Any trouble? I thought I heard a little arguing.
Oh, we were.
You was?
I was just trying to convince Mother that it would be much easier on her if I washed and she dried.
Capine.
Si, Senor Grandpa.
What time is it?
It's almost midnight.
You know, Luke's staying out later every night with that girl.
It looks like Senor Luke has been shot full of arrows by Senor Don Cupid.
Oh, something more deadly than that. He's been hit by a juicy frying pan and some wafty cologne.
Senorita Mary's a beautiful girl. A wonderful cook, a great housekeeper. What more can a husband want? Except to be single, too.
He just ain't the right one. I can swear I heard her arguing with her mother a few times. And did you notice her hands? Fingernails is painted and soft. Why, for a girl who cooks and irons and washes dishes, she must use more hand cream than a dairy farm with 100 ticklish cows.
What do you want to do, senor?
No, I don't know. Luke's had enough trouble in his life. I just got to find out about it, that's all. I just got to find out.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, you're up late tonight.
Well, Cal was kind of restless, so I bedded her down. You know, I've been thinking... Luke's a lucky boy knowing a girl like you. Pretty. Good cook.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy.
Now you take them chitlins and corn pone you made the other night. They was really delicious. Why, they was even better than what we got back in West Virginia. I've been meaning to ask you for the recipe for them.
The recipe?
Sure, you know, I might want to fix some for my chef sometime. Use real fresh pones, does you?
Oh, yes, the freshest.
And the chitlins, I suppose you put a lot of pepper on the chitlins, huh?
The chittles. Yes, lots of pepper.
And plenty of hog jowl fat?
Of course, but couldn't we talk about it tomorrow? I didn't realize how sleepy I am. Good night.
Shittles, phones, hog jowl fat. Luke, I know they're fighting for your happiness. I'm fighting for your stomach, too. Now remember, when supper time comes around, all you gotta do is keep yelling you're hungry.
That comes natural to me. Senor Graham, why do we have to go through all this trouble? If you found out that Mary's not what she said she is, why don't you just tell Senor Luke about it?
When a lovesick hound is a baying at the moon, he don't listen to no words. I gotta show Luke.
And you think you can keep Mrs. Gaylord away long enough to do this?
Well, don't you worry. You just leave it to me and Gertrude here. Now go and get going. I hate to do this to you, Gertie, old girl. You ain't never been able to make Craig's Hill in a full radiator. You ain't got a chance and a half.
Back in an hour at the post, dear.
Fine. Bye-bye now.
Mr. McCoy?
You hop right in, Miss Gaylord.
Are you sure we get back in time? I have to help Mary get supper ready.
Oh, sure. Old Gertrude here is dependable as a mule. Just a few miles up the road, you know, to the top of Craig's Hill. See, I know the Luke is kind of sweet on Mary. Who knows? Soon I might be having to give him that half acre on the hill for a wedding present.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you.
Well, a McCoy was never known to leave another McCoy down.
Can't you do something?
Sure, but first the steam's got to clear up so we can see the car.
How long do we have to stay here?
Well, I think she's got about one more pop left in her.
Now what?
Well, there's a creek about a half mile down the road. We can get the water there. I want to make sure the brakes are set. You're all set now.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Mary, are you sure they said they'd be back in an hour? It's past 7. I'm hungry. She heard you.
Here, have another bowl of salted peanuts.
Try it once more, Miss Gaylord.
I give up.
Maybe the wires is crossed.
Can't you hurry?
Well, now, you've seen them doctors on television. They don't operate until they know exactly what's wrong with the patient.
How long before she has supper fixed?
Now, Peppino, you know that Mary's a great cook. And it takes a great cook a little time to prepare everything just right. Oh, well. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. See? Kind of a different supper. Steak and a bran muffin.
Yeah, that's not a bran muffin. Those are baked beans.
Yeah, they're just sort of glued together.
See? And they taste like glue, too.
Well, that steak sure looks good, huh?
I don't think Mary's such a good cook.
But you don't marry a girl just for her cooking. She's sweet and she's nice and I think I'll go and tell her I understand. Mary, about the steak.
What about the steak?
Well, I was just going to say that...
You were just going to say it was burned, weren't you?
Well, it was, but I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say...
Maybe I'd better say a few things. I'm not a cook or a housekeeper, and if that's what you're looking for, you'd better look for someone else.
Well, no, that ain't what I'm looking
I
for.
don't intend to spend the rest of my life in the kitchen cooking and sewing.
Mary, I've never seen you mad before. You're not the same girl.
No, I'm not, and I never was. And maybe you better learn a few things right here and now.
Oh, keep quiet. Don't you tell me to... Sometimes my little girls have been high-spirited.
Oh, Mother, cut out the act. Security, farm life, you and your great ideas. Well, I'm not...
I told you to watch that temper of yours. It's gotten you into enough trouble.
Well, you haven't done so well either.
Oh, well, at least I'm willing to work. I'm not just a lazy good-for-nothing who wants to sit around all day reading movie magazines. Oh, well, and you had a good chance here, and what did you do with it? Threw it right out the window. Oh, every quiet. I told you not to tell me to keep quiet.
Leave his place, spin the bottle. The one that loses has to drive him to the station.
Hands to the hole.
McCoys, starring Walter Brennan and Dick Crenna, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. That's Grandpappy Amos and the two-looking boys, his favorite grandson, Luke McCoy. Want you to meet Pepino, the family's hired hand. And that's old George who lives next door, a friend and neighbor you met before. Together they share all the sorrows and joys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Angela, this is Pepino. Angela, there is something very important I must ask you. See, I know you're busy. Every time I call you, you're busy.
I have a very busy life, Pepino. Why you call me in the middle of the night?
Middle of the night? Why, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I already done a whole day's work.
You ain't done 10 minutes work all morning. Now you get back them tomatoes before they rot on the vine.
Si, Senor Grandpa. Angela, next month is annual Oaxaca picnic in Griffith Park. You like to go?
Oh, see, I like to go very much. This year, I think I go with Manuel Ortega.
Oh, no, Angela. You go with me. Well, that Manuel, he's not even from Oaxaca.
Pepino, do you have a fancy car like Manuel? Do you take me to expensive restaurants? Do you buy me expensive knock-nicks? If you come from Oaxaca, it's an important technicality.
But, Angela, he's not even a citizen, like me. He's not even dry behind the back.
Pepino, what are you doing on the phone? You're supposed to be out picking corn.
Si, Senor Luke. 1 minute, please. Angela, now this makes 3 times you turn me down for a date. You don't like me anymore?
Si, Pepino, I like you very much. When I was a little girl, my mother in Oaxaca, she said to me, it's better to fall in love with a man who is rich than one who is cute. And these are the trouble, Pepino. You are cute.
Thank you very much.
So, for the sake of my mother, I will go to the picnic with Manuel Ortega. Goodbye, Pepino.
Angela. Okay. If you hang up on me, I hang up on you. Goodbye.
What's all the hollering for?
Women. I'm through with women forever, if not longer.
Good. Get yourself a drink of buttermilk and get back to them tomatoes.
Wait. Grandpa, I need him for the corn.
Okay, he can do both.
Both? No, Senor Grandpa, I only have 2 hands.
Well, that's all we're asking you to use, but use them.
Well, on what? You want tomatoes, he wants corn, and you both want them at the same time. Now, what do you expect from me? Tamale pie?
Mailman, slow it up.
Yeah, I'll be in the barn.
Ain't you going to wait? Might be a very important catalog. Good morning, Charlie.
Morning, Mr. McCoy. I got a letter here. You want to sign for it?
Sign for it? What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
It's not my idea, Mr. McCoy. It's a registered letter, and if you want it, you got to sign for it.
Oh, them fellas in Washington, they're thinking of new laws every day. Where do you want me to sign?
Right there where I put the X.
Well, you put the X. What do you think I'm going to put down there?
Your signature.
That is my signature.
An X.
Well, now, what's the matter with the X?
Well, it ain't exactly the way I'd spell Amos McCoy.
Well, how would you spell it? With a Z?
Put your X down here.
You're not. You go get yours out there. Go ahead.
Mr. McCoy.
Now, look, if I put an X down, that'll be 2 X's, and Washington knows that ain't me.
My X don't mean the same as your X. This X ain't no signature.
The heck it ain't. It's been mine since I learned to write. Come on, get off.
Okay. There. Now mine's off. Now will you sign?
You'll be proud to. Maybe.
And there's your letter. Now, that's what I call an X. Goodbye, Mr. McCoy.
Goodbye, Mr. Perkins.
That miserable Manuel. What's so wonderful about Manuel? So he has a big car. So what will that get him? Angela. That's what it will get him.
Look. Hey, Pino. We got some news for you.
Hi, Denny's on the phone?
No. We just got a letter about your Uncle Louis.
It must be some great news. In his whole life, nothing good came out of my Uncle Luis.
Well, he just died and left you 5,000 acres of land in Arizona.
He did.
Your Uncle Louis, leave us get back to see at the meeting.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. Wait a minute. At least I'd give him a chance to read his own letter.
Well, what's for you already told him what it is, and I can hear them tomatoes getting softer by the minute. Now, come on, baby. Now,
5,000 acres, all right. Do you think it's worth something?
Well, I never heard of 5,000 acres. It wasn't. It might be worth a fortune.
Chihuahua! I'm rich!
And on the other hand, it might not be worth a hill of tomatoes.
Well, now I'm poor again. Here he come. Here he go.
Now, Peppina, you know, I wish you nothing but the best. But rich or poor, them tomatoes has got to be picked. Now, let's get going.
Well, Senor Grandpa, I have a big problem. Am I a rich tomato picker or a poor tomato picker?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a problem, all right.
See? Every night when I go to bed, I dream. But tonight, do I have a happy dream that I am rich? Or do I dream like always that I'm poor?
What do you think we can do about it, Luke?
Well, there's only one thing to do. We'll just go into town and see one of them real estate fellas. He can tell us exactly how much that land's worth.
That's right. Then we can find out if tonight I dream rich or poor.
Come on. Oh, Grandpa, you don't mind being left alone, do you?
Who's going to be alone? I'm going to be here with these darn tomatoes.
Yes, gentlemen.
We'd like to talk to you about some land in Arizona.
Fine. If there's one thing I know, it is Arizona. Sit down, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Now then, tell me, what kind of property did you have in mind?
What kind?
Yes. R1, R2, R3. Income?
Bingo. That's it. Income. That's for me.
A smart man. That's the spirit that built the West. Now, right over here, gentlemen, is a map of Arizona. And midway between Phoenix and Tucson is one of the finest pieces of income ranch property in the entire West.
Well, sir, Mr. Garcia just inherited 5,000 acres in southern Arizona.
Oh, in other words, you want to unload. Well, where is the property?
Well, we don't know exactly yet. What we want to find out is how much is it worth.
So tonight I know if I should dream rich or poor.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, all I can give you is the rule of thumb for figuring ranch land in Arizona.
You mean you measure by the thumb?
No, by the cow. The land required to feed one cow and one calf for 1 year is worth $600 per acre. Is that clear?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, not to me. Uncle Louis' will doesn't say anything about a cow. You mean I own a cow in Arizona?
Mr. Garcia, this cow is hypothetical. It doesn't exist.
No? Then how did the calf get there?
If one cow and one calf can feed for 1 year on 1 acre of ground, then that acre's worth $600.
Including the cow?
On the other hand, if it is very poor land that requires at least 30 acres to feed one cow and one calf for 1 year, then the land is only worth $20 an acre.
Including the cow.
In that event, your ranch would have a minimum value of at least $100,000. Mr. Garcia.
To examine this retirement policy.
Retirement policy? Hotels, Mr. Garcia. That's the place for a turnover. 80 units in Calabasas with a guaranteed occupancy of 120%.
I was here first. Mr. Garcia.
Gentlemen, please. Your high pressure will turn the milk into butter.
Mr. Garcia.
Grandpa, I'm going to get rid of them drummers. They're cluttering up the whole yard.
Let's not be hasty about this now. That's Peppino's business. Leave him take care of it any way he's minded.
What's the matter with you? You getting queasy all of a sudden? You never give Peppino his head this way before.
Well, I never had a situation like this before. We got a rich hand on our hands, and we got to hold him here till after the harvest.
Yeah, you're right. Uh-oh. Oh, here comes another problem.
I might have known she'd show up. That gal can track a greenback quicker than a hound dog sniffing out a covey of quail.
Peppino! Angel!
Angela, Angel!
How can I tell you how much I have missed you?
Oh, I don't know, but you pick a nice way to begin.
Who are those?
Oh, those are salesmen. Automobile insurance, real estate.
It's a good thing I come here to take care of you. Hey, salesman, come here.
Yes?
Go away!
You hear what she says now? Go away.
Oh,
Come back some other time.
You come back when he sends for you and I tell him when. Vamos. It's one thing we do not need now is salesman. Hey, cutie pie.
Well, if you think so. You take good care of me, don't you, Angela?
Oh, you bet my life.
Adios, señores. Adios. We'll call you when we're ready. Who's this in the car? You bring along my boyfriend?
Oh, Peppino, would I do a thing like that to you? It's my cousin, Fernando. Oh, Fernando!
He's a good-looking fellow. You sure he's your cousin?
Of course. He is my cousin, the jewelry salesman.
Angela, I don't want to move into the house. I'm very happy here.
Peppino, you do what I tell you. A millionaire does not live in a barn with a cow.
But it's very comfortable here.
Yeah, besides, it's a whole lot quieter. You ain't never heard Grandpa snore.
Keep out of it, Luke. Peppino can sleep anywhere it pleases him.
But, Senor Grandpa, I like it in the barn. Here, a man can enjoy the beauty of nature. He can lie in his bed and through the roof, he can feast his eyes at the stars. And in the morning, he awakes to find the beautiful sunrise streaming through the wall.
You mean the window, don't you?
No. It's too dirty, the window. It comes to the cracks in the wall. And it's magnifico.
Peppino, you finish.
See?
Okay, you are moving into the house. Come on.
Donna.
Look, we had got to do something about tightening up this barn, though.
Yeah, well, we got to do something about Peppino. He ain't done a lick of work since that female senorita showed up here.
Well, there ain't much we can do, is there?
Well, why not? Any day now, that lawyer fella's going to be showing up here with Peppino's inheritance. And Peppino's going to be moving to a farm of his own. I think we ought to hire a replacement right now.
Oh, look, I don't think that'd be the right and proper thing to do right now. In the first place, this is Peppino's home. In the second place, I've grown mighty fond of the boy. In the third place, we ain't got the money to hire the replacement in the first place.
You be happy here, like all the other millionaires.
No, Angela, I'm not a millionaire. Even when the lawyer comes, I'll only be 100,000-aire.
It's close enough. You go to sleep now in your nice, soft bed, and I come back at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, fix your breakfast.
Well, you come back, it's okay. But 9 o'clock is lunch.
Not for you anymore. I fix you breakfast in bed tomorrow.
I don't like breakfast in bed.
You are rich. From now on, you have breakfast in bed and like it. Good night, Peppino.
I take you to your car.
No, I'll find my way out. Peppino, you remember what my mother in Oaxaca say about some men they are rich, others they are cute? Well, when they are both, Chihuahua.
Well, good night, my little dove.
Good night, my little jackpot.
How much more of that Andrew I could take?
Grandpa, you're the one who said you wanted Peppino to be happy.
Happy, sure. But that's ridiculous.
No, I couldn't get to him. The Angela said it was time for his tortilla break.
I thought that was in the morning.
No, that's his enchilada break.
Enchilada, tortillas. Why, God, look, I'm just about reached the end of my tether. The body can take just so much, and I'm taking just about all that can be took. I'm going in there and bounce him out in his goddamn sea.
No, wait a minute, Grandpa. Now, remember what you told me. If we was to hire us another hand, we'll probably get some fellow that'd be unreasonable and ask for his pay regular.
Well, I don't care. Rather than go through any more of this, I'll leave you do his work. Come on.
Angela.
Sí, muchacho.
Don't you think it's maybe time I go back to work?
In the middle of Tarzan and the giant pygmies?
Your grandpa will get mad. If I don't get back to work, I'll be late for quitting time.
Peppino, you must think rich. Forget Senor Grandpa.
Oh, he's the boss.
Peppino, you have no boss. Only me. We are married. We sell the land in Arizona.
And the cow and the calf.
Then we travel. We see the whole world. Paris, Rome, Madrid.
You can start packing right now.
Senor Grandpa.
You're fired.
What did I do?
You didn't do nothing. That's why you didn't fire.
Well, you cannot do that to me. I am an honorary McCoy.
Well, you're getting a dishonorable discharge right now. Now get it.
You don't let him.
Peppino, who needs them?
I need them. They're my friends.
You need nobody but Angela. Remember, Peppino, you own half of Arizona. 5,000 acres of land covered with cows and calves. And that is only on the top. Who knows what is on the bottom? Gold, silver, geranium.
This is wonderful. Angela, keep on talking. We might strike oil. Yes, sir?
Mr. Garcia, I'm Gerald Cook.
Oh, well,
The lawyer from Arizona.
Senor, come in, come in. Welcome to my miserable home.
His miserable home. Since when did this miserable home get to be his?
Then you're Mr. Garcia.
See, I am Peppino, the nephew of my favorite Uncle Luis. I would like to introduce you to my very good friend, Senor Grandpa McCoy, Senor Luke McCoy.
Howdy.
How do.
Gentlemen.
And this is my girlfriend, Angela.
The future heiress of the community properties.
Yes, how do you do? I was just driving through to Santa Barbara, and I thought I'd take the chance of finding you in.
Oh, I mean, all right.
Show him your citizenship papers.
So that's
Will you take a seat, please?
Thank you.
Can I offer you some refreshment? A glass of buttermilk? Some cookies?
A blank check?
No, thank you. I must be on my way, so let's just make this as brief as possible. Now, Mr. Garcia, your late uncle's will has been probated, and you are now the sole heir to his entire estate consisting of 5,000 acres of land.
Including the cows and the calves.
I beg your pardon?
Well, the cows and the calves in the land. Don't you know about them?
I don't know anything about any cows or calves.
Oh, maybe I can help. You see, this fella told us in Arizona the way they figure land is how much you need to feed one cow and one calf for a year.
Well, that's true, if it's grazing land.
The land is not for grazing?
Only if the cow and calf have given up eating.
Well, if there's no cattle. What is in the land?
Sand.
You mean it's sort of like a beach?
Well, no, it's sort of like a desert.
The whole 5,000 acres is nothing but sand?
Oh, no. There's sagebrush, mesquite. There's some beautiful rock formations.
But this is on the top. What is on the bottom? Under the sand.
Sand.
You mean the whole thing is worth nothing?
No, on the contrary. The state has authorized me to make a very generous offer of 50 cents an acre.
In other words, you mean the whole goddamn shooting match is only worth about... how much it comes to, Luke?
$2,500.
We take it.
It's not quite that simple. You see, there are back taxes on the property in the amount of $2,803.
2,833 y me dan 2,500. Senor Cook, you mean all I inherit is I owe them $303? I don't even own the sand?
Well, I'm sure that if you'll sign this release to the property, that the state will waive the $303 and consider the entire matter closed.
1 minute I'm a millionaire taking a trip around the world, and the next minute I'm lucky if I break even.
Well, not exactly even. There's the small matter of $25 for my legal services.
Ahora sí que me llevo. Señor Grandpa, could I borrow $25 for what you owe me?
I'd be glad to oblige if you'll take it in tomatoes.
Angela, maybe if I... Angela! What happened to Angela? She's gone.
Peanut, that's the best goddamn thing your Uncle Louie ever done for you.
What am I going to do? I have no money.
Well, in that case, why don't we forget the legal fee?
Oh, no. I'll pay you. As soon as I get another job.
And you'll be out looking for one, too, if you don't pick the rest of them tomatoes.
You mean I'm not fired?
Oh, of course not. He can't fire an honorary McCoy.
This ought to be a happy day after all. I get my wonderful job back. I don't have to marry Angela. And can I please move back into the barn?
Why, Peppino, this is your home. I mean, you can bed down any goddamn place you got a mind to. Huh, Luke?
Right.
Well, thank you, Senor Grandpa. Thank you, Senor Luke. Thank you, Senor Cook. And thank you, Uncle Louis, wherever you are.